everybody, just giving you a heads up for next week's episode, which is New Metal with Gobo. The albums we're going to be checking out are Fear Factory's Aggression Continuum, and the song to check out is Fuel Injected Suicide Machine. Next, we're going to be doing Faith No More's Introduce Yourself, and the song to check out from that is Chinese Arithmetic. And finally, we're going to be doing Rammstein's Mutter, and the song to check out is Zwitter. As an added bonus, if you feel like doing some extra homework, there's an awesome documentary about Rammstein on Amazon Prime. Feel free to check that out. We're probably going to be talking about that as well. Thank you guys very much, and enjoy the episode.
That's me. All right, welcome my father to the show again.
Hi, everybody.
For the third time,
for
essentially.
Us, it's back again. For everybody else, this is the second time.
Yeah, for real. We had you last week for the Father's Day extravaganza that we lost.
Yeah.
So,
due to part of my Bill Shitty week.
It was
so
I flew too close to the sun. I downloaded a plugin that didn't gel well with my computer.
Oh, that was...
I had to reinstall Windows, and I didn't back up.
What plugin was it?
It was this thing for audio. I'm trying it out.
It's the lost episode.
It sucked. I was just like, oh, something's going on. Like, I can't connect to the internet, but my internet's working. That's weird. Checking all these things, all these things. Like, oh, cool, malware, and like, I'm doing all this. Well, it's all technical jargon crap. I was thinking, oh, we almost lost your beard there. Went through and I was like, oh, there's nothing I can really.
It's got to be somewhere, man. It's got to be somewhere in the fucking ozone layer.
It's gone. It's completely gone. So I reinstalled Windows.
And the ozone layer?
And like, it was great. Like, the way Windows is set up now, you can reinstall Windows pretty easily. Like, not like it used to be. And like, I was like, oh, wow, it was like super smooth. And then
remember you had to get the disc.
And then then it was like a flash drive, which was easy enough. But now you literally just go on your computer and tell it to reinstall Windows, and it fucking does it.
Yeah, right, whatever. But I gave you my best.
You were phenomenal. It was like one of the best episodes too.
I covered nunchucks, right? I covered angel dust.
You didn't bring them, did you?
No, he took them away.
You took them away already? What, did he break more
the
lights?
Nerf? He got Nerf ones for me. And
you did get those?
I got them for myself.
We got them like the next day.
It was a set, I thought. So you both did.
It was a set, and I thought he was giving me one. Hello.
Wow. What you need? I'm learning actually how to do nunchucks. Like for real
week.
On YouTube. I've been looking up. Oh my God, you have the best Father's Day ever.
You have a fucking seasoned pro nunchucker right here, and you're on YouTube looking up stuff?
I'm a motherfucking nunchucker. So we went from nunchucks. You guys missed out on. You missed out on angel dust talk, horse tranquilizer. You missed out on
angel dust.
A cheating brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law. So it was really heavy.
It was
material.
a jam-packed episode that I dropped the ball. It sucked because I even like rendered the video and everything, and it's just a matter of uploading. And fucking lost that too. So all of it's gone, audio and everything. Because when I upload the video and stuff, I just take it off the drive, off the like discs and stuff like that. So like it's not even backed up on the cameras themselves.
Right.
Like once it's on there, it's gone.
Right.
It's gone.
Oh my God. And hours later, once I got home, I kept texting Jason, did I talk too much about drugs? Did I talk too much about, ex-in-laws, blah, blah, blah? And he's like, no, you were fine. It was great. And I played drums.
You did. I had the video of it.
We'll have you shred again.
Have to do it again. Yeah.
So yeah.
Plus, I need you. I brought in some new drum clips I want to test anyway, so that'd be a good test.
Great.
Yeah. I got some new ones because I fucking
for the toms.
Yeah. So those AKG ones, like one, I don't like. I like the clip aspect of it is nice, but it's just so tight. Like it's the mic is just like on the edge of your tom, which I don't want. Like I
what's
don't
that
like
bag hanging over the floor tom of the bass? There's a black bag.
That's garbage.
Yeah,
it's all like
it's
for the
sound effect.
No, it's all the labeling that I do. I just put all that stuff in there.
Leave it on there. It looks great.
But yeah, I didn't like those AKG clips there that came with it. They're kind of, I don't know. They're not that great. They're not that bad.
Yeah.
So I got these new Shure ones that are like a billion times better. Like they're the shit. Like I'm gonna have to get more actually because I really like them.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and then so going back to Bill's shit week. The other thing that was ironic about that episode was one of the topics we brought up was how safe this particular practice space is compared to our last one because I had my wheels stolen at the last one. We've had friends get their windows broken and laptops stolen and gear. I've had gear stolen.
I remember that.
And this is another thing that's ironic about that was like at the time my gear got stolen. I like called my insurance company to see if like I wonder if it's like covered under my car, and they're like, no, that goes under like renter's insurance.
Right?
Do you have that? I was like, no, and they're like, oh, well, do you want it? I was like, it's too late now. Like, no, like fuck off.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna do that now.
And then they say you have to log everything that was in there prior to it being taken, so that you could prove.
You sure?
Well, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I'm sure. I did a hit last night off of my wife's pen. Right before we were going to eat Lou Malnati's pizza.
Oh, the best combo there is. Hell yeah.
I was not home, so I'm not even involved in this at all.
So it was like I was busy all day, and it was like finally got a chance to sit down, and I says, I'm going to do a hit. And she's like, I did one big hit out of her pen.
Wait, you don't even smoke that often, ever, right?
I used to be the king, Bill.
Right, but I mean, like more recently, you don't really.
No, he does not.
Because
at
it
all.
doesn't.
That's
Whatever
what I thought. Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you kids are smoking nowadays, it's that
It's different.
I was paraquat. I smoked paraquat, and I got high from that. And so I do one big hit, and it's like, yeah. And I was down for 2.5 hours.
I believe it.
Where I'm like, I couldn't even lift my head. The next part of that treatment is I cool off a washcloth, right? And I put that around my neck and on my head. I didn't do the washcloth thing. I think I forgot.
Oh God,
to do that
for your come down.
And I was supposed to babysit Django for fireworks and go check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we ended up going over to Jace's. We had some shit going on. I got some exciting shit to tell you off air, but it may have to do with a certain band getting a certain guy to fill a certain spot.
Oh, you're talking about Bad Wolves and DL.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
I am talking about Bad Wolves. Dude, how about that, man?
I am like kind of like.
Did you hear the clip of that song?
Yeah, you showed us.
Oh yeah, it sounds so fucking sick.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound really good.
And Doc apparently Max said he was listening to an episode of Doc's show recently, and Doc mentioned that DL did a bunch of songwriting on the new album.
Oh shit! How come Nate didn't tell us that? Isn't he a huge proponent of that podcast?
I don't know.
Am I able to talk about new Warforged stuff? Or
no?
No, we got to keep that on the wraps.
OMG! That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, man.
Hell yeah. Oh man,
he just announces it real quick. It's this. And you're like, God damn it!
I'm not. But I'm one of the fortunate ones that gets to get a taste, get a little taste of what's going on. It's fucking awesome.
Anyway, but fuck, what were you just talking about?
I was talking about
how you got baked on accident.
Out of my mind.
We went to Jason's and
I failed.
Django hates fucking storms, and he hates like fireworks. He gets freaked out. And we thought it was supposed to storm. Luckily, it didn't at all last night, but we thought it was going to storm all night. So I was like, hey, if he freaks out, would you go check on him? I'll give you my key. And I guess he was fine. And you were too stoned.
I was way too stoned. I'm a lousy grandfather. And thank God, weather cleared. So there wasn't really any thunderstorms.
Yeah, he was fine.
And fireworks were pretty much very sporadic and nothing pounding in your head like we're going to get next weekend. So I was sober enough to hear if he was freaking out or not, and he was fine. And I'm sorry that
he was totally
I couldn't
fine.
even fucking get up off the couch, dude.
I was hoping you would have been so high that you went down there to go check on him, and you're like, "There's a fucking werewolf in this apartment."
No, oh my God, he lives just below us in a basement apartment. I would have gotten lost in the building. Like, where am I?
You just gotta go down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, right.
When I called you, were you already stoned? Last night, remember I called to check in at like 10:30. I called to see what was up.
I was snapping out of it.
Oh, okay.
I was snapping
You sounded like you were asleep. You were like, yay. And I was like, are you okay?
I kind of fade in and out anyway when I'm watching TV. Like I can't remember a single movie that I've completed
Yeah, that's
in the
all
last
our
10
dads.
years.
That's not just you. That's all our dads.
It's all
dude.
dads
And they
around
had
the world.
all dads. Everywhere.
They had a Alfred Hitchcock Fest. I think it's still going on Turner Classic.
Cool.
So,
Very cool.
so we were watching the birds.
Oh yeah, hell
And
yeah.
we just got a brand new 50-inch TV. My God.
Nice.
Yeah, we
So you could
both
really
did,
see the
dude.
birds.
We
Yeah.
both took advantage of that Prime Day deal per your advice, man. I literally got like a little stoned in the morning.
Wait,
and
how is it my advice?
because you were like Prime Day deals last time I saw you last Sunday. We were talking about buying something. And
Oh,
you were
I
like-
think I just said-
and you're like,
I
"Get
think I
that
said
Prime
that
Day, son."
sarcastically,
Yeah, you
though.
did,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it just stuck in my head. And I'm like, man, I never really got
That's
anything
funny.
on Prime Day. And then like,
I almost bought a new TV and I talked myself out because I had to buy a fucking window.
I'm so sorry
No,
about
it's
that.
not your fault.
man, I bought. So listen to this story. So this is really funny. So I buy this 50-inch TV. I'm like, fuck it. It's a great deal. It was like $300. That's it's a smart TV. It's 4K. It's a Fire TV.
Like an Amazon. Oh, you mean it has fire? What,
Yeah, it's
what
got
brand?
it's an Insignia
Okay.
TV.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. It's awesome. Like I went from like a 36-inch to now a 50-inch TV.
Nice.
So like all my video games actually look good on it
Right.
now. Like it looks like it fits
Yeah,
the
yeah,
screen and like the sound on my old TV was kind of wonky. Like one of the speakers, if you turned up the TV too loud, if you went past like the volume bar went up to like 50. You know how like TVs have weird increments with that shit?
Yeah.
You know, it
there's
could be
no
why?
universal,
Why can't why
it's just
can't
like
there be
whatever they feel
Yeah.
like?
No, I tell Julie, hit it twice, to either lower or raise the volume. Just give me 2 taps on the remote.
Yeah, right. Two
If
notches.
you're my dad, you just launch it all the way
Yeah.
to the top. And my mom's like, it's too fucking loud. And then you bring it all the way back down. She goes,
They-
and now I can't hear
I
it.
usually could hear their TV through our floor.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing I love
Yeah.
about not living with my
when our
parents
air
anymore is I can't hear their TV.
When our air conditioner clicks on,
Oh, yeah.
you got to
can
turn
hear
it
shit,
up.
Right?
Yeah. And that's fair. And then when
That I
ours is
get,
on, I don't
yeah.
hear anything,
So it's an Insignia, like he said.
Yeah, so
it's
listen to
Best
this.
Buy's house brand. And we've had an Insignia, Julie and I bought years ago, a 32-inch, right? And we've been talking about, upgrading, especially the stimulus.
This is what it
and all
was.
this
This is
other
all
shit.
it was. Every single time I go up there and I see my mom, who all she does is watch TV. You know what I mean? Because she can't really walk around. Now God bless, she's getting her hips done.
hips done.
and,
Walking great.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm so happy about it. But she watches TV all day, and I go up
Yeah.
there and I see her squinting at the TV, and I'm like, what the fuck? Buy
Right.
yourself
Just
a nice TV.
go-
You
just
use this
treat yourself.
every day.
Just
Like
treat yourself.
my parents are the
Yeah.
only people I know that still like give a fuck about TV. Like they're not like they'll fuck with streaming services, but like they're not like me and Sam where we don't have any cable
Right,
and
yeah.
like they appreciate that stuff still, and I respect that. And yeah, it's just like my mom. I would always be like, "Why don't you buy a new TV? Why don't you buy a fucking new TV?" And she would always just be like, "We don't need it." And
This one works. So why would I get another one? Yeah.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at
and
right
my
now
mom's
with my
smart. You know what I
TV,
mean?
where
She's
I'm
like,
I
"Let's
don't
not
need another
blow a
one. It
lot of
works.
money."
You should be.
Right? I'm like, this thing works.
I got this
Yeah,
big ass.
barely, but it works.
I got this big ass tubed
Yeah.
32, 34-inch Toshiba that we had
I have
2
one of those
houses
too,
ago.
hell yeah.
And, the movers are like,
Yeah,
oh
it
my
sucks.
God, I can't fucking
It's
believe
like,
you got this.
It's like pianos and then
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
screen TVs.
And
like
it's
things
in
that
my
I can move.
room. It's all mine, and it's in my face, and it works just fine.
I had him keep it because I wanted to keep a tube TV for my older video game consoles, like
Oh,
GameCube
yeah,
and
yeah,
N64
yeah.
and PS1 and Xbox. And
Sam was asking me, what are you going to do with your old TV? And I'm like, which one? And she says,
tube
the one in your room and the one you're going to replace it with the HD. And I'm like, no.
It's classic. Still
yeah,
works.
because I
like
asked
it.
that too. I was like,
Yeah.
"Why
Why
would you do that?"
Hell yeah.
You would have so much. It's so funny because your bedroom is so small, and like
It's very small.
The TV just juts the fuck out, like right in front of the door.
Which is beautiful, right?
all you
I'm,
need,
I'm at a
right?
drive-in,
Yeah.
right? And I'm laying in bed. So,
but it's really hard to like navigate in that to walk around in that room.
Bump it into it.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
whenever I
Nobody's-
go in there to get shit, like the nunchucks, I had to go get back.
yeah, he stole back, regifter. Nobody's allowed in my room, so I don't give a fuck.
They are yours. I was just borrowing them because
I'm just messing with
I've been
you.
actually trying to learn. I was so hyped on nunchucks after last week's episode that I was like, man, that would be kind of cool if I could just bust out a couple moves, like
Fair enough.
that'd be a fun thing to learn. So I was like, fuck it. And I looked up a bunch of different like YouTube channels that specialize in that shit. And I
Those have to be
started
amazing.
learning a few exercises
You know?
on how to do it. But some of them, they require 2 sets. Like some exercises,
Oh,
yeah.
You should also
for like
hit up,
dexterity.
You're Bruce Lee and
Johnny
mine.
O, Tom's dad. He is a seasoned nunchucker, if you will, from what I remember. Yeah.
Right.
Which I thought was like the funniest thing
Who
ever.
knows what he's doing?
Which is crazy because that dude will fuck you up with his bare hands. I don't know why he's fucking with like nunchucks.
Nunchucks.
Yeah, the brief time,
Something about these old white men.
the brief time that I had with them, I'm like, oh, this because it has a
We
swivel.
got an Irishman and a Polak here.
It came back to
It had a swivel. Well, they worked a lot better
What a
than the
European
ones that I
union,
made.
man. What a union of the Europeans.
The badass
Ireland and
UN.
fucking Poland. Like, oh my God.
Work.
They-
Work.
Work. Have kids,
Got
have
that
kids,
right.
have kids. Drink.
Yep. That's it. You work hard, you drink hard. That's it.
Yeah.
But these were proper. I mean, they had a swivel on them, and it's
balanced
like,
right
oh
and
my
everything.
shit, this is how they should be working, as opposed to the ones I made
Oh, yeah,
out
the
of hockey
practice ones I got.
sticks.
And the beauty of
and
them
a
is like,
chain lock.
dude, I bought them on the last episode. I bought them while we
That's
were
right.
doing this.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like $10 for two of them. You know what I mean?
They got a
$5
yellow
a piece,
pair
not bad.
and a black pair. And
Yeah.
they're really sweet.
Yeah, they're awesome.
You guys just go out in the alley and just start swinging at each
I do it in
other.
the apartment when Sam's not home.
I really don't have room because I'm not going to break another ceiling fan.
Fair enough.
So,
So you know,
enough.
ceiling fans,
Learned your lesson.
beware.
yeah.
I'm on you.
back.
So, okay, Prime Day, right? You're home from work. It was Monday.
Yeah, I was
remember?
home.
You were home from work. You were just chilling. And then I, on a whim, was just like, fuck it. I've been dying to get a new TV. I'm just going to fucking pull the trigger. I Klarna'd it. So I have to make like monthly payments on it, which makes it even easier. And then, yeah, luckily they actually had an option to where you could pick up the TV at a Best Buy through Amazon. So that's what I ended up doing because I was like,
Weird.
fuck yeah, like I don't want to get it shipped. I don't want to wait. I want it now. So
Right, of course.
I figured it out and
He gets that from me.
this
Instant gratification. Sorry.
what happened was I do.
That's most
It's
kids
very
these days,
true.
though.
Absolutely.
So I ended up picking it up at the Best Buy in Village Crossing in Skokie. If you know where that is, it's off of Tui. It's that big like mall. There's
Yeah,
that theater there. Dude, I saw The Hobbit at that theater. It's very sick.
I believe that's the one I heard about. Some gangster's girlfriend beat the shit out of him or something.
At that theater?
I think so. I think that's the one.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, the AMC there.
Yeah,
Hey!
yeah. I was there with my band. We were
Oh
like,
yeah.
the cops, like,
yes,
showed up.
that is that theater. I know
Yeah,
exactly
the
what
cops,
you're
like, showed
talking
up.
about.
What happened? And so
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know,
What?
some chick came in and beat the shit out of a guy. And we're like,
In the
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah,
in the theater.
years ago when I was like in high
caught him,
school.
like, cheating or
Wait,
some
she beat
shit.
the
Yeah.
shit out of the guy?
Yes, in the
Yeah,
theater
like,
at
whooped
Skokie.
his
Whoa.
ass,
Yeah.
apparently.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Pretty good.
Is that? Do you know where Village Crossing is?
Maybe.
Okay, you might. It's on Tui in Niles.
And Tui what?
Oh god damn! It's by the Schur Building and by the YMCA with the tower. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
I remember. I know.
You know that?
Yeah, but
that
I'm
hood.
not. I wouldn't be able to find it on my
Yeah.
own.
Okay. Well, I
know
got
the,
you.
I know
back.
the Leaning Tower.
Nice of you to admit that. I wouldn't be able to find it on my own. Yeah, good.
I
for
can't
you
do
admitting
anything
that.
on my own. Oh my god, I was so stoned yesterday. I'm so glad I snap out of
Oh my
this
god,
shit.
I gotta finish the story,
right,
man.
go ahead.
So I decided to get the TV. I go upstairs and I'm pumped. So I tell him, I'm like, I just bought a 50-inch TV for $300. And my dad's like, what? Like immediately he's just like, bang. Like
No.
his senses are tingling. I could feel it. And then I bring the TV inside. I go pick it up and he helps me like bring it in and we're putting it together. And he's just like, you know, he's like, I got it. And then like 5
pretty
minutes,
sick deal you got
literally
there,
he
kid.
goes back upstairs to his apartment. 5 minutes later, I get a call from my mom. We want to buy the TV.
Not his.
Can you help me?
we want to buy your TV.
Yeah,
That'd be
they were
funny.
like, we want to get the same one you got. And I'm like, okay. And so this is what happened. I did the same thing. We went through my mom's Amazon account and we bought a TV for pickup at a Best Buy in Evanston off of Howard,
Okay.
which is actually closer to our apartment than that Skokie one. And so I get the email when it's supposedly ready for pickup. And then I'm like, okay, let's go pick it up. We go there. I didn't realize I got another email immediately after that said they had to cancel the order because they didn't have the TV in stock.
So I got fucking spilkus, right? I'm fucking jumping and I'm shaking it and all this. And we're in the fucking
These
cashier line.
motherfuckers.
And,
Yeah.
you know, he's telling the guy and they had.
And I
he had to
show them
walk
like
away.
the barcode and everything. I'm like, here it is. And they couldn't find it.
So
like,
yeah, the
TV.
guy's walking away and he's
And
looking
it's
at
so
what
sick
they have.
because like they
light.
already have so many TVs picked out like at these Best Buys.
And he's
'cause
going through
everybody's
them.
picking them up for
Right.
Prime Day. People are buying them. So there's like
He's walking-
stacks of TVs in the front.
And he's walking back and forth. He can't
Yeah.
fucking find it and shit. And then Jason's like, oh no.
And then finally I see the fucking email and I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like,
I like how they emailed you like
I
so late.
was
Yeah, it
so
sucks.
pissed like a fucking 6-year-old kid. Like I didn't even talk.
Yeah.
I didn't talk all the way home. I got out of the car. I went to the apartment.
You were so mean to me, dude.
Because my wife.
It wasn't my fault.
I didn't say a word to him.
It wasn't my
but
fucking fault.
You brought him up, and then he came down, and you were there.
Fucking
you
roller
there,
coaster,
right?
man. Roller
He
coaster.
would have gotten up there if it wasn't
Story
for
of my
you.
fucking life.
I don't need this
Story
shit.
of my life.
I don't need that roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't say anything to him. I can't believe you're saying that I was so mean to you. I was mean to you by not even speaking.
Yeah, I know. That was
guess.
bogus. But good for you that you did. That was probably better.
You didn't want
You motherfucker! Like just goes nuts.
You didn't want me to speak. You didn't want me to speak.
Then we got to tell you about what happened yesterday.
I was still pissed off the next day because my wife says, "Well, it's on the truck." So and then I'm like,
so what ended up happening
from work,
was
I'm like,
They just shipped it out.
This
are
is
we
what
getting
ended
it
up
today? She
happening.
goes, "Well, now it's
Can I
not
finish
on the
this?
truck."
Let me tell you the story.
So it's another day, and I'm like, "Am I ever going to get this motherfucker or what?" I was so mad.
He got it 2 days after that.
I said,
Jesus fucking, and I said
You
the
should have
whole
got it 2
thing.
days ago.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
That's not the point, Jason.
And I'm like, we're going to fucking cancel it right now. God damn it. I don't even fucking want
Yeah,
it.
that's
don't
what
want it
he
anymore.
said.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the car
yeah.
on the way home. I don't even want it.
I'm done with TV.
I know that
it.
feeling. You're like,
Fuck 'em.
fuck that. I don't even want it anymore.
duh.
I'm such a child.
Yeah,
awesome.
it was so funny. So yeah, he
Fuck
doesn't
yeah.
say a word to me the entire ride home, unless it's just like
Just
I don't fucking
stewing.
want it. And like I just call my mom because I want to prepare her for what's happening.
I did
don't want
text
my
him.
mom because my mom doesn't know what's up. I
Right,
didn't
she's
so like
out of the loop
and
right
I was
now,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, I'm gonna call
As
her
far as
because
she knows, you're coming back
obviously
with a
Frank
TV.
is in a piss.
Yeah.
He's in a piss mood. So I'm
Right,
like,
right.
let me call her and give her the heads up. I'm like, hey, they didn't have the TV when I got there. I got the email. And she's like, oh my fucking God, what do we do? And I was just like, we'll place a new order and we'll get it shipped, And then my mom's like, but they haven't reversed the charge yet. I'm like, well, you're going to have to wait a couple days. And I was like, listen, go into your overdraft. I was like, that charge is supposed to be dropped immediately after Amazon cancels the order. If the bank charges you an overdraft fee, call your bank. Just tell them, hey, that charge was immediately reversed. It just didn't have the activity pending right away, and she'll get it, and they won't give you that fee. They'll let it slide.
It.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, all right. So we ordered the TV on Monday, and then it showed up on Wednesday. And by the time he got home from work, I had it completely set up from him with the Xfinity remote programmed to the TV.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. So
My wife, she's texting me pictures of it.
Having the time of her life.
Pictures
and I had
of
like
it.
bad diarrhea that day, dude. That was
That was that
Wednesday.
day?
I did not know
Was it
that.
because of the nerves of the TV.
I did not
No.
know that. I did not know that.
I think it was 'cause of
so
bad
she showed
chicken
me.
I hate.
She showed me pictures, and the fucking TV is just barely making the entertainment stand that it's
Nice.
sitting on.
That's
Right,
the way
it's
it
just
should
very
be. That's the
teetering.
way it should be.
It's
Yeah.
teetering.
Yeah.
And then she's showing me pictures of it loading. Right, the information, and then she's showing me pictures of her soap opera that she's watching.
Fuck yeah.
The actual
She's probably
final.
so stoked.
Oh, she
picture of
loves it. She
Yeah.
loves it. And now like she loves those shows on so this is my parents used to have just a regular HD shitty 32-inch, like it was a flat screen.
Wasn't shitty.
Anyway,
Right. Yeah.
at the time it was not shitty
Right,
at all.
you're right.
But like now it's very antiquated. What I'm trying to say is that man, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. I'm
So
high.
next year you got to get the 8K.
The 8K,
The what?
do they have that now?
8K.
Oh, really?
video.
Oh, I had guys at work saying, well, you got to upgrade your cable now to 4G. And I'm like, I
you
don't
don't.
think so. I never
don't
heard
think
of that.
No.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
this
And
is
so
what
that
I was going to say.
false.
So my parents had that TV. It wasn't a smart TV. So when my parents used like Netflix or HBO or anything like that, they would go
Use,
through
like,
the apps on
Chromecast or
Xfinity.
Oh,
yeah. I
okay.
used to use the Chromecast on my TV.
I
but
used to
they
have
would,
my folks use the Chromecast.
since
It was
they
a
had the
whole thing.
cable box, they were able to get Netflix through Xfinity
I don't even
and
know.
Hulu.
I don't even know what you're talking
Exactly.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
See,
That's
it's
what
like
I love
he
about the
doesn't
smart
know.
TV. It's great for parents.
and
man. Like,
it's
the
so
best.
sick for
It
my
makes it
mom
so
because
much
I'm just
easier.
like,
Not
Mom,
me.
here. I was like, you don't even have to use because like I told her I was like, you could still use the cable box to watch Netflix, but watch, I'm going to install all this shit onto your TV. You just click on it and it connects directly,
Yeah,
and the
it's the
picture's a
shit.
little better that way. Like I've noticed when
I
they,
would think so.
Yeah.
Probably a hair better.
And
Yeah.
she has like a Discovery Plus subscription that she because she
nice.
loves those reality shows, but she wasn't able. She had to watch them on her phone because Xfinity didn't have an app for it.
Oh, bummer.
And it couldn't connect, and it didn't have casting at the time, at least on the app when it first
not.
launched.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like now there's an app on the TV, and she's like, "Holy fuck, I can actually
Hook
watch
the
this on
fuck up.
TV."
Hell
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I got to go pee-pee.
Do you
Go
know
for
where
it, yeah.
where it's
Yes.
at?
Remember?
It's
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Fucking A. That's so funny.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh wait, I'm not done.
Yeah, we got another good story about yesterday, but I want to tell it when he's here, so he has his rebuttals. But
So last Sunday, we were talking about how great this spot was, and it's like, oh yeah, man, nothing bad ever happens. And then we walk out, and like, I have a thing on my car, I can unlock my windows by holding on the unlock, and I always do that if it's like warm out, kind of gets the car aired out for a second.
Of course,
it's warm. And I hit the button, and I hear like, I was like, wow, I was like, somebody's fucking window got fucked up. I'm like looking around, there's nobody there, like on our block. I mean, it was like my car and like maybe 3 other cars on the block, the whole block. I was like, what the fuck? And I like walk over, I get in the car, and I look to my right, and I was like, oh man, I was like, my glove box is open. I was like, oh shit, there's glass all over my fucking seat. And I'm like, motherfucker. I was like, somebody broke my shit. And I'm thinking, I was like, man, there was nothing in here. I was like, I don't think I have anything in here. I definitely have shit in my glove compartment. It's all fucking just garbage and shit, like old masks, basically, is what that guy rooted through, or a woman, I don't know. And so I like called the cops and like got the report number. And I called my insurance, and they're like, oh, you have like a $500 deductible for this. And I was like, well, that's probably not necessary then, because it's not going to cost me that much. And like, I'm like, fuck. And like, they didn't take anything. I was like, as far as I can tell, no. I was like, I didn't have anything in the car. So I like clean it up and as much as I can, because I don't want fucking glass flying everywhere.
Of course.
Then I had to drive back to my shop now, because I had to get plastic and tape, because it was an overcast day, and I was like, oh, it's gonna rain any fucking minute, and of course I don't have a goddamn window.
So now your shit's gonna get rocked.
And I was supposed to meet up my friends Brian and Rosie and their boys, so like run to the shop as fast as I can, bring my car up to the shop, vacuum it out. And like, it was funny, I forgot at one point when I was going through all the crap and the garbage that was left behind by this person, it dawned on me. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, the Dr. Pepper, because I always buy 2 drinks from 7-Eleven because it's a deal. It's like
$2 for $3.50.
Yeah. I was like, that's a great deal. I like a good deal. And so obviously I only drink 1 drink when we do these, and I just left the other one in the car because I was like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
you know?
I've done that.
Who would? Yeah, don't do it now.
I won't.
And like, as I'm like cleaning up, I realized, oh fuck, the one thing they took was the Dr. Pepper, and that was it. And I like to think that because it was a Dr. Pepper cream soda, I like to think that they thought it was just a regular Dr. Pepper, and that they cracked it open, drinked it, and they're like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, I just threw it away.
How can this guy drink
like,
this?
Is that good? The Dr. Pepper cream soda? I've never tried
I don't even like Dr. Pepper, but I like Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys ever have regular cream soda?
Hell yeah. Like,
that's
Big
old,
Red.
That's old school.
A&W cream soda?
The other one. That's a good one too.
IBM or whatever.
IBC?
Yeah, there we go.
That one. That's a good
IBS, irritable
IBS.
bowel syndrome root beer. Yeah.
But so that happened. The glass broke. And I was like, motherfucker. So I lucked out. So like, it was Sunday. So it's Sunday, Father's Day.
Yeah.
Nothing's available. So I was just like, all right, got to hang tight. And so the next morning I went over to this place called Collision. Right, it's like
Collision and Glass.
Yeah, they're like right next door to my place, basically.
Yeah,
so
we've been there.
It's convenient.
They're
as fuck.
a chain.
They don't have a glass center in that one, but their glass is like mobile. So they were just like, oh, he'll just come to your place.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
they do that.
And this was like right after my chiropractor, so it's like 10 in the morning, maybe earlier. And I was like, what time are they coming by? And they're like, oh, anytime from now and 4 p.m. And I was like,
there's your window.
What?
There's
I was
your
like,
window.
Jesus Christ, you can't give me like a small. I was like, all right, fucking hang tight, I guess.
Yeah.
And of course, the dude showed up at like 3:45. You know,
yeah,
he was super fucking nice, which was cool. And
at least they showed up that day.
Right? Yeah, they showed up that day, which is great. And
they're good about that.
He hooked
shit,
it
man.
up too, because like he brought the glass, and he was like, he's like, there's some like small scratches here. He's like, like if you want, I can come back another day and just replace it, or he's like, I can try to get like money knocked off. I was like, let's do that, because I don't give a shit about the scratches. Like, they're not that bad. I was like, I don't
on
care.
the window.
There's 2 little
replacement
scratches.
One.
What's up?
The
on the new
replacement?
one.
Okay.
And I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah, knock off
like,
the price.
He was like, I'll try to get you $100 off. I was like, you could do that. That'd be fucking kill. He got $50 off, which is great.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
awesome.
it. So I paid $205 for the window.
That's it?
Yeah, not bad at all, right?
No.
And
Did
so,
insurance cover anything?
I have a deductible of $500, so it doesn't matter.
it.
And they didn't. That was the other thing that sucked, was like, it wasn't like the old one. My shit got stolen.
Sure.
And now it's covered. I have renter's insurance, so if something like my gear gets stolen, I could claim it now.
Okay.
But I had nothing in there. The most expensive thing in there is a moving blanket. That's about it. Literally the only thing in there. Everything.
Yeah,
and then,
but those are sweet, Bill.
those are pretty sweet moving blankets. Yeah, that's why I got one in there. But yeah, it's funny because like if you look at my car, like it's not like tinted out or anything. You can look right in and literally see every square
Same with
inch of
ours.
that car.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't
This
know.
dude just really wanted some
Dr.
fucking
You know
Pepper.
what?
Dr.
A
Pepper.
fucking
Cream soda,
it was
yeah.
just a random thing, man. And like I said,
Yeah.
even
It
today,
was warm
when,
out, so I don't blame
when
him.
we pulled up, I'm looking on the ground and I'm seeing all
Glass
kinds
everywhere.
of fucking car window shit, tinted ones, clear ones. I'm like, this is actually looks like it's a thing.
I mean, it makes sense because it's like, this is mostly industrial over here.
Yeah,
And there is a school next door, but the school's obviously not open on the weekends.
Yeah.
But now, like we were saying, like
It's
it seems to be
nice.
there's a event space opened
Yeah.
up that they fixed up, which is what must have been going on.
that wasn't
Which is
open
great.
last weekend.
No. I think they literally just opened.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is nice. So that means there's going to be a lot of
Well,
foot traffic.
activity,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because
Hopefully
we were
this
like,
shit'll
we were the
happen
only
less
two
and less.
cars on the block last week.
Yeah, I know. And that, like I was telling Jason when I left, I think it was like me and like three other
dude, we didn't
cars.
even notice it when we left.
Yeah, I think my window was
No.
still partially intact. It was when I opened it that it shattered.
Which one was it?
My passenger side,
Passenger
which is
rear?
nice because then there was just glass on the passenger
Rear
side and not in my
Or passenger?
just passenger. It's a 2-door, and so it's nice because I wasn't sitting in fucking glass.
I
like,
love
driving
that
back.
car, man. I told you last
the
week.
shit. I love
Nobody
it, too.
heard it. It's got to be a ton fun to drive.
Oh, dude,
Did you ever
it's
see
a
the movie
blast.
The Italian
Hell
Job?
yeah. It's part of the reason
Right,
why I
hell yeah.
like
The
those cars.
Italian job. What is that?
Marky
There's
Mark
original
movie.
and there's a
Job.
remake.
It was Marky Mark movie. A bunch of people are in it,
Shirley
and they
Stern.
use these Mini Coopers to pull off
Like an
a
insane
a
heist.
gold heist from an armored car and shit.
And it's
you guys
an
got to
awesome,
see it.
awesome chase.
You got to
scene with,
see it. It's
Like I think it's like
fucking great.
4 or 5 like Mini Coopers.
It's a true story.
Jason Statham's in it as well.
Oh
Yeah, all kinds of
Hell
people are
yeah.
in it,
Seth
man.
Green might be in it too.
Really?
Yes.
You guys
Yeah,
ever
right.
seen Rat Race?
Yeah,
Great
the original
movie.
and
Is
the
that a
new
cartoon?
One, yeah.
No, it was the movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Seth
Rowan
Green
Atkins.
and Rowan Atkins and the one dude
I didn't
that was
see
the
it.
critic.
So far.
I forget
John
that.
Lovitz?
Yeah, John Lovitz is
I
in
don't
it.
like any of those people.
You don't like John Lovitz? You like
Rowan
Whoopi
Atkins? Mr.
Goldberg?
Bean?
You like Sister
Ghost?
Act?
What?
Sister Act 2, Back in the Hood.
Yeah, you like Sister
on.
Act.
Wait a minute. All right, hold on. I went to Catholic school. I do not
Jumpin'
like
Jack
sisters.
Flash?
I do not like
a great
sisters. I do
movie.
not like nuns. Except
enough.
What is the Dominic?
the singing
What is that
nun.
video?
The singing nun.
The singing nun. That's not Whoopi
What about
Goldberg.
the Flying Nun?
No, man. Flying nun was awesome. She flew. God damn it.
Wait a minute. She flew?
Yeah,
The Flying
not-
Nun.
Flying Nun.
That's not witchcraft.
It's a true story.
She had
No,
the
it was
big old
her,
habit.
her headgear.
Her habit. Yeah.
Made
would
her
help fly.
airborne.
Oh,
Hello.
duh, science. Yes.
Science.
Yes. Of course. The hat makes her fly.
Flat surface
Duh.
area, lightweight.
And it was
wind.
by accident. It got really windy, and all of a sudden she's going.
Oh my god.
I've always seen a picture of the Flying Nun.
Oh
I've never
my
actually
God,
seen
Bill,
it,
you got to
but
watch
that's-
it, dude.
Who's the actress? It's,
Sally Field,
Sally Field. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, my
who
parents
I
always talk
believe
about that.
I still always thought she was very hot until
She was a
this
babe.
day.
Yeah,
She was an old lady. She's an old lady now, but
a
still
little older now. Yeah,
hot
for sure.
to
She was a babe.
this
yeah.
old guy. Not that I'm gonna
Hell
do
yeah.
anything about it.
You never know. You never know.
I don't want to know.
Hold
Leave me alone. Walk away.
So what else happened in your shit week?
Computer died.
Yeah, it sucks.
What else? There was like it was funny. I was like texting my friend like one after another of like shitty events. And she was just like, "Well, at least you got a story to tell on the podcast." I was like, "I guess." I was like, "God
you need
damn."
like a hole in the head.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like, ugh. I didn't cut myself
you
on the
ever,
table saw, so
look-
that worked out.
You guys ever look at your horse?
I did break the table saw the other day though.
Oh,
That sucked. My fence broke, so I got to get a new one.
fuck.
What happened? How did that happen?
It was just overused. It's just a piece of metal that sheared off.
You ever read your horoscope or anything?
Every
Any of
once
that
in a
crap?
great while, yeah. It's been.
I
a while.
usually read mine every day just because it's just
It's fun.
there, and you know,
Play the
and
numbers.
I fool myself and think that it's actually gonna like. The most important thing I look at is what kind of day I'm going to have between 1 to 10, right? And it says, you're going to have a number 9 today. You're going to have a 7. I'm like, a fucking 7?
That's
you
it?
kidding?
And 7 bad?
Well, it's not.
Not 10.
You're never going to get a 10. the closest you're going to have is a 9.
I was at like a -2 for the last week. I also didn't get a fortune and a fortune cookie, so I knew that's when it. That's
fuck.
really when it went. That's really when it went downhill.
South, yeah.
So I was
Fuck.
explaining to a friend of mine about it, and in the middle of the story, I was like eating. I went to grab my fortune cookie. I was like, and I didn't get a fortune in my fortune cookie. And it was from there.
When my wife and I order Chinese, she always gets the worst. Either stupidest fortunes or ones
Like
that don't make any sense. And I always get the really good ones.
Oh,
and she's like, you fucking son of a
Just switch
bitch.
'em.
And I'm like, it's not like I'm picking, And I usually have her pick.
Pick first.
Yeah.
Oh, it's her
I'm
fault
like,
then.
here, pick it. She goes, oh, it's so fucking stupid. Like, your lucky number is 7 and 9 and 3. And mine's like, you're going to have a wonderful day and your whole week and your life. And,
Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
And something philosophical. Like I saved some of them. And it's like happiness isn't. It doesn't matter what size house you have. Happiness will still accommodate itself. And so I sit back and I'm like, right? I get it. I love it.
Okay.
And Julie's like, I got, don't go outside today, and it's gonna rain on
Watch
you.
your back.
Right. So she gets mad when we have fortune cookies. So wait, were we done with the TV talk?
No, there was one more story you wanted to bring up.
Oh,
that you wanted to wait for.
yeah,
the back
yesterday.
Sorry, everybody.
So yesterday, for some reason, like there was some car in our alley. This was like around noon, but there was some car out in the alley that was like laying down on their horn for like 2 minutes straight. I'm not even exaggerating. It was like that long. So finally, like I went outside to see what was going on, and I'd smoked like a bone, like pretty much with Sam. So I was pretty baked, and my dad comes out at the same time out of his apartment, and we're looking, and there's a UPS truck blocking the alley, but then there's a car just honking at it. Instead of going anywhere else, which he could do, he's just sitting there honking on it. So like there's another dude that's already at this car, like yelling at the car, but the guy has his window rolled up. So I'm like, okay, I guess let's confront this guy and see what's up. So like we walk up to the car, and he's like just pissed immediately. He's not even
What time
like
is this at?
noon.
Yeah, okay.
Afternoon.
But he's laying down on his horn, and then like I don't know if he hears me or not. So I don't know if he's going to hear us or not. So what I do is we're walking up to the back of his car, and on his trunk, I just like I'm like bam, bam. I like slam on his trunk to like get his attention.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, you didn't. And you were ahead of me, and he's already yelling. And the guy just rolls down his window, and it's this older guy. And then my dad, Frank's immediately like, get the fuck out of here. And this other guy is like another neighbor of ours in the building next door was out there, and he has his phone. He was like, I have pictures of your license plate. He's like, I'm going to call the police. This is a public disturbance. You know what I mean? And I'm like, everybody's like freaking out, and I'm just
Everybody
like,
relax.
And this guy looks
I
so
wasn't freaking
terrified.
out.
Oh,
I wasn't really freaking out. I just
He
said
was-
move.
no.
You gotta fucking
What-
move.
No,
Was
move.
comparatively to not getting the TV, where was he? Like
Oh, it was beyond that.
beyond TV.
Yeah, it was
No.
beyond. Yeah, you were yelling at the dude. Okay.
That's true. You weren't in
I
silent
thought-
rage mode. Okay.
He doesn't get to say that. He doesn't get to say that. You don't get to say that.
I
here.
felt that was really calm. I was really calm. I just was very firmly.
No,
move,
you were yelling at him.
Move your fucking car. Move.
That's
go
not what you
another
were
way.
doing. That's not what you were doing. And then like,
change the narrative here.
and this guy was like, and I was literally, so I walk up to this guy, right? And I'm talking to him like, listen, I was like, he's screaming at you.
I got the beast
And I was
with
like,
me.
and this guy over here, I was like, this guy over here is like, he's literally saying he's going to call the police, man. I was like, I was like, you can't be
the
doing
fuck
this shit
out,
here.
man.
I was like, get out of here. I was like, what are you doing?
In the
And he's like-
meantime,
and
the
he's-
fucking truck is gone. We
Yeah.
didn't even notice that the truck was
the
gone.
truck ended up
He
leaving, and
yelling
he's
at
like,
this guy.
this guy just had to move 2 feet. And I was like, dude, there's 3 other ways to get out of this fucking and that's where, and then Frank goes, you fucking move. And it was so funny.
I mean,
And-
we're watching TV, right? And
it was a postal truck that was parked there.
No, it was a UPS truck.
That
Yeah.
dude probably did not give a fuck
no,
at
and
all.
good. He shouldn't
right?
have to.
He's just like, I don't
people
care.
just use
Honk
our
all you
alleys
want.
like they're a fucking street, and it's
Right.
not.
Well, you know,
And it's
where,
like, fuck
where
that
we
guy.
live,
Yeah.
where we live, and it's been known forever. The people that live in that area, they feel that they can do whatever. They have the right of way and do whatever they want. whether it's laying on the horn for over 2 minutes. You know, we're watching TV, Julie and I, and I'm like, can you mute that for a second? I'm hearing nonstop,
literally.
right? And I'm thinking something's wrong.
Yeah,
you know,
because
like
it was like a little out of the ordinary.
Right,
where I'm
right.
just
it
like,
wasn't
fuck,
just
I
like a
should-
stress
it wasn't just
thing.
Exactly.
beeps, right? Like maybe fucking somebody, you know, is dead on the
Right.
steering wheel.
And Sam was like, you should take the dog. Like, you should take the dog out there and
Bring
you know,
the bear.
I just you know, automatically went out to see what the fuck was going on, and I saw that he was coming, and I was just going to go out and see, and I seen it was this fucking moron who,
So stupid.
you know, and how long is the UPS driver going to be in your way? And
Right.
you could have backed up, you could do a lot of other things, then disturb the entire half a block.
Yeah, so that's when I was just like, you can't be doing this shit here, man. You got to go.
What was the rush? Like, where was that
I don't
guy trying to
understand.
go,
He was
man?
just like, you had to move 2 feet. I'm like, leave. I was like, what? I was like, how are you arguing about this? This guy's calling the police on you right now.
Right.
Do you want to stay
Shut
here?
him, get the
Like,
fuck
you're
out.
causing a public disturbance. Do you want to fucking stay here, man?
In the
And finally, it's just
city.
like once he saw, I think me and him, he
I
was
had
just
the
like he
beast.
He looked just like scared,
sure.
and I
had
felt
him.
bad because I was like, this guy's probably like regretting immediately what he just did, and
Well,
like
maybe he'll never
Good.
do it again.
yeah, that's what I was just
Lesson
like,
learned.
yeah, I was like, you can't do this shit here, man. That's literally all and I was like, you got to go. And then he left, and then we're walking back to our building, and our neighbors above us, they're like, yeah, you tell him, Frank, you tell him, Jason,
That's
yeah. Like, it was so funny.
You guys are
Hey,
the
when I got
enforcers
the
of
beast
the
behind me,
building.
I am fearless.
Fair enough.
Because, you know.
That's how I feel when I go anywhere with Tom. I'm like, don't worry about
Nobody's
shit.
gonna-
I'm not. I'm feared. I'm scared because I'm like, what is he gonna say that I have to like figure out?
Nobody's
now? And
gonna
I'm like, oh,
right. Nobody's
God.
gonna question when I got
Wild
hit.
card.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Frank
for
is just
sure.
like he gets so brave, and I'm like, okay, relax, man,
'Cause of
because
him.
I'm not that brave. Yeah, it's like I'm not.
It's
gonna,
like the chick
Wrestling.
That
It's
that goes out
wrestling.
and like talk shit. She's like, "Oh, my boyfriend's gonna whoop your ass."
Yeah.
You're like, "Yo, I'm not doing that.
I'm not
Like,
her
I can't
boyfriend."
do that." And then her boyfriend gets his ass kicked. You're
Right.
like, "Oh, great."
I'm not her
Like,
boyfriend as of
thanks.
now. It's like wrestling. You know, you look fucking, you know,
pop up, look
intimidating,
big.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really nothing.
yeah.
More
But,
psychological
yeah.
than anything.
And you know what? I think what happens is, and as much as I said I didn't get so upset, I don't remember anything. And
Blind rage.
I think that's
Yeah,
exactly what
yeah.
it
You're
is.
just
It's
so
because
white.
I get so fucking bent up, and you know, this is it. And it's not. I'm not that crazy where I'm gonna be violent physically, you know, because I know the repercussions of all that, especially nowadays. But like even now, when I says I didn't get that crazy, and
You got that.
and
crazy.
as I thought about what happened, it's almost like dreamlike. It's like
yeah, because you
did
get that
really
adrenaline
happen?
rush.
It's adrenaline. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
adrenaline,
And I
that goes
really
through
don't
your-
remember anything. I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what I did. I know it was nothing crazy.
You're like the Hulk, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
my shirt's ripped, and there's a dead
I didn't
guy
rip
next to
my
me.
shirt.
Like,
I didn't really grow out of my shirt because I'm fat anyway. So I buy big. I like them
Go big,
loose.
big.
It's
But,
the inner ape inside of you, the
yeah,
inner
I
chimpanzee,
guess.
dude. It's
You know,
that
then I-
defense
then I
mechanism.
look-
It's a human defense mechanism.
I
is
look.
what
I
that
look
is.
behind my shoulder, and I got this guy right there, and I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Not too worried. Yeah, fair enough. You didn't punch out anyone.
So
I had a friend that
stupid.
did that, punched out a window on somebody.
Oh, really?
They
Oh,
had gotten
my
like
God.
some weird. I had left the party, and it was actually like right down the block from my house, and
Oh,
I forgot what happened.
who
Like
was
there was
it?
some
You can't say.
this dude Rob. You
Okay.
would know him, but he yeah, there was some sort of weird back and forth, and he got mad and like scared the shit out of the kid. Rightfully so. He's a pretty intimidating guy, and the kid like jumped in a car and was about to go. And Rob comes out and just punches the back of the windshield and shattered it with his bare fucking
Whoa.
hand. And they were like, "Holy shit!" And like, get the fuck out of here! They're like,
Yeah,
they
Jesus
like drove
Christ.
off. And then like later on, we found out that like somebody else at the party, somebody I knew, fucking ratted on Rob like to the cops, and like he got caught
Wow,
up.
that
had to pay
sucks.
for like their windshield and shit.
I used to cut school a lot, right? We used to just drive around and listen to Rush and smoke pot and all this other stuff. And there was, you know, I would go out with anybody, you know, just to cut, right? You got a car? Let's go. Let's light up.
Why?
And just because. And
Right.
and this dude, the car I'm in, he gets cut off and he blocks this other kid, you know, because it was right around the high school premises. So it's all kids driving whatever to school. And he gets out of the fucking car, the car that I'm in. He gets out of the car. He grabs, the kid had his window open. He grabs the kid, and the kid's head is sticking out of the driver's side window, and he's pounding it this way. And his head is bending on the door, right? And I'm like, and I'm thinking, you're going to break his fucking neck. Jesus.
Yeah.
And then he swings this way, and he just totally rips off the side view mirror.
Oh, shit.
Driver's side view mirror. I'm like, holy fuck, angel dust, here we go. You know.
What?
And I never saw road rage like that.
That's intense.
And I'm still talking about it today, a billion years ago when it happened in high school. But this guy went nuts. And not to say that I ever rode around with this guy ever again. And I don't care how much you like Rush.
Like, I'm out. I can't participate in a.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to class tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so
math doesn't seem so bad right now.
Right.
That's
but
awesome.
Jesus,
it was an adventure, and I saw this guy do this to this kid, and I can't believe
The kid walked away.
I don't know if he walked away or not. We fucking split.
Oh God!
Right? We didn't stick around.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, sick assault,
disability, yeah.
sick accessory to an assault crime right over here.
I was just like, it was almost, it was so surreal. It's
Right,
like,
yeah. It probably happened so fast.
Yeah,
too,
I'm
but,
sure
yeah.
you don't
It
even know
did.
what to think when you're that young. What were you,
I had-
16, 17?
Yeah.
I had some
you're a
friends that
kid.
were leaving a bar once, and there was an altercation, or some other group was like yelling at them. They yelled back. Group gets out, fucking busted out weapons and shit like bats and tire irons, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Right.
And one of them, a friend of ours, was trying not to get caught up in this due to the fact that he already had some previous records being worked on. That he was just like, if I get caught up with this, I'm gonna be in some shit. So he's trying to stay back and make sure nobody none of our friends are getting hurt. And this other kid, like, and it always happens to him too. Like, this kid like singled him out and was like swinging at him. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "I don't want to like get involved with this." Kid swinging at him. He's like, "Dude," he goes, I don't want to fight you. Like, stop." Kid swings and hits him. So he's like, fuck. He's like, well, now I got to fuck you up.
Right.
And what's weird was, like, he said the kid was like 6-7 inches shorter than him too, and probably like almost half his weight. And he's like, all right, fine. And just gives the haymaker from hell. But he was partially drunk. So like hits the kid so hard. The kid falls back. He falls with the kid. They're on the ground. His hands are so big that he could grab both of the kid's arms at the same time. He pulls them down. They're on the ground.
God.
He's above them. And he's just punching him in the head so hard that his head flew back, hit the ground, bounced back up, and then he just punched it in. And he did that, I think, like 4 or 5 times.
Like a fucking Three Stooges.
Yeah, and then he just like let him go and was like, get the fuck out of here. And the kid was just like,
Holy
yeah, it was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That happened-
Stooges.
That happened to me.
That
That happened to me. I'm in the car. I got my buddies in the car. I got a case of beer, right? And somebody kind of like sideswipes me, and we both pull over. But the idiots in my car, they
get all riled up,
got
like,
out, and they're
yeah,
like,
when
"What
that
the
shit
fuck? Don't
happens."
know how to fucking drive." And they're swinging. They're fighting these guys, and there were 2 brothers in the car, and and throughout the whole
What were their
chaos,
names?
I'm not doing anything, right? I'm just like looking at the damage because this is my dad's car, and the one kid took a swing at me, and I was like, "All right, get out of here."
Come on, not trying to do this. Yeah.
But what ended up happening later is they took down my license plate, right? And then I had the cops come over, and they were like, "Yeah, this car was part of an assault, and and you need to come in." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you got to be fucking kidding
How
me!"
old were you? Were you in high school?
No, I was just out of high school. I was working downtown, and I had a show up.
Who are you with?
At the station? You don't know them. I had a show up at the station.
Oh, you don't hang out with them anymore?
And I had to name names because
fuck.
it was all coming down on me. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit, because I told the guys I got to go in, and I need you guys to come with me, and nobody did. Right.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah.
And then it got to the point where, well, who were the individuals in the car? And I named their fucking names, which was the kiss of death, right? So you're not going to be I'm not going to be their friends anymore, right? And then there was a civil suit because the kids got hurt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then they were, some kind of heirloom necklace got lost and this, that, and the other.
What?
And I had, my mother and I had to show up for this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And these kids, as many times as I tried to call them, I had my mother speak to their parents, blah, blah, blah. Nobody fucking stepped forward. And it was like, as far as the neighborhood and the kids that I hung out with, the guys that I hung out with in the neighborhood, that was no longer.
That's fair. Yeah.
And that wasn't my choice. That was their choice. But I had ill feelings because nobody fucking stood up for what they did. And I really didn't do anything. And I wasn't going to go down by myself. I got to a point where it was like, at least one of you guys, at least one of them would have helped. But nobody.
So what happened to you?
So Frank was a dick. And I don't know. I think I had to pay some kind of fine, whatever. And it got dismissed, because there weren't any witnesses, this, that, and the other. And I think they got to the point where they're like, no, Frank never really did anything.
You weren't actually involved with the
He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And,
you were just driving the car.
It was just, it was stretched out and it took a while, but it got to be just like a traffic kind of thing.
Yeah, incident with the accident.
Right. And there was nothing civil that they were going to be able to pursue.
Yeah, that makes sense. Going back to that story.
Road rage sucks.
Right.
I'm glad I take CTA.
Those dudes that the dude that got fucked up and my friends that were involved, one of them got hit in the head with a baseball bat. Fun fact, that was the second time in 6 months that he got hit in the head with a baseball bat.
Oh,
That's
my
not
God.
good.
Not
Who
good.
was that?
I don't want to get into that.
Okay.
But so from my understanding, obviously I hear the story from their point of view. So from my understanding, they were just walking home, kids in the car, yell at them, they yelled back. And the kids brought out weapons.
Oh, God.
Do get hit in the head, right?
Yeah.
And so if you look at that on paper, you're like, well, my friends are just defending themselves, obviously, because they didn't have weapons. They were at a bar, and then this dude gets hit in the head. The dude got hit in the head, took him to court.
Oh,
fucking lost the court case somehow, because the way they turned it was, I guess those kids lived a block away from their actual house or something like that. So they decreed that they were the ones actually defending themselves. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, we all live in Forest Park. I was like, how is that, just because they lived closer to where the incident happened? It makes no fucking... I was like, your lawyer is the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Idiot.
Right.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, fun fact, he has a scar from the first bat attack. And when he tells that story, he likes to preface it with, that's how I became Harry Potter.
Yeah. I wonder if it was the same bat. Louisville Slugger, 32.
Different kids, different bat. Yeah. The other one was because they were...
I never heard that story about you getting into that accident.
Yeah, that was like one of the first major things when Frank discovered driving a car.
That happened.
Number one, you have to have a case of beer in the back seat.
Always ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
Was it legal to drink and drive then?
No. It never has been. It's never has been. And I had no stereo, so I had like a Emerson boombox.
Sick.
The Emerson brand.
No, I'm not familiar, but
took 4D batteries, and I'm like, hey, move it a little
Grab
bit.
the 8-track.
We're losing XRT, man.
The radio.
So, put the aerial out this way, and I'm going to make a right, so make sure the radio's on the left. Yeah. So I did that, jams and some beers and some pot.
I also had some friends. You remind me of all these horrible stories about my friends. This is great. They were drinking, and one of the guys wasn't drinking at all for whatever reason. I think he just didn't drink, but he didn't have a license. He'd never driven before, right?
Okay.
So he wasn't driving. Yeah. One of the idiots was driving, and they were in Forest Park, and they get pulled over by a Forest Park cop. So three of them are from Forest Park, and one is actually from Chicago, close to the First Avenue and what is that, First and Harlem, basically. Sure. And so not terribly close, not terribly far. And the cops knew them, they knew the driver, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, just trying to drive home. And they're like, "You're clearly fucked up. Here's the deal, because we know you, we don't want to have to take you in and give you guys all fines. Can one of you guys sober enough to drive?" And they're like, "Well, he hasn't drank." They point to the kid that doesn't have a license, never driven, totally sober. He was sober. And they're like, all right, let him drive. And they're like, oh, fuck it. And they're like, don't fuck this up. Gets in the car. He does like that, like totally out of a movie where it's like
Reverse.
gas brake. And the cop's like, get out of the car. And like, God damn it. He goes, everybody just walk home. And they're like,
Right.
all right. And the one guy had to walk all the way back up north.
It's better than getting ticketed and brought
But they
in.
didn't take it. Yeah, they had to leave the car there and everything. But they were just like, don't fuck this up, dude. And he fucked it up
Right.
so bad. They're like, damn it.
I had a guy do that where we did something at the park. There was a girl volleyball team, and they were girl volleyball teams. They can all kick our ass,
Yeah, they're all probably foot taller than you.
and they were kind of. I'm going to say the word. They were lesbians.
Okay, all right.
You can cut that out. You can cut that out. So.
That was the best reaction ever. That's
I forget what happened. I forget what happened, but
I get it.
We did something where they were chasing us out of the gym, and so my buddy gets into his car, and we're parked. You know, there's cars in front of us, cars in back of us, and they're chasing us. He thought he had it in drive. He had it in reverse. He went wham, and then. In drive, wham, hits the other cars. And both of those cars belonged to the girls that were chasing us.
no.
So it's like, holy fuck.
Double whammy.
It was like, I'm just going to run.
I'm going to go.
I don't want my ass kicked
Right.
by these people.
Yeah, they're just going to
Sounds
go
terrifying.
It was Hiawatha Park.
Oh yeah.
We were parked right in front of the field house. And it was like Three Stooges cartoon, whatever. It was like wham, wham, wham. And I'm like,
Fucking
fuck,
bumper cars.
just get it together and pull out.
Right.
Calm
Shit,
down.
Take a breath. Get us out of here.
Bye. I never ran so fast in my life.
I had friends that like they had to be careful running from the cops because the cops knew who they were.
Yeah.
One of them, like a girl they graduated with, her father was a cop, a Force One cop. And literally would just like yell out the names of my friends. He's like, "Why are you running?" He's like, "I know who you are." And I'm like, "Damn it!" And I'm like, "All right, sorry, Mr. Smith." Yeah,
Right. I never got close enough to be caught. I think I said this last week. I always knew when it was time to.
yeah,
just
I was the
bolt.
same way too. I always like
Yeah.
managed to get out of a lot of that
Never
stuff.
hung around. For
There was another
anything
great
bad to
moment. That same dude that broke out the window, Rob. We always called him Black Rob because he just wore black clothes all the time, like just all the time. That's all he ever wore.
happen. Better call him Yellow Rob.
Yeah, right? He's just bright yellow chicken looking dude. And
Yeah.
but no, so my friends would drink in a cemetery because they weren't 21.
Best
You know,
places.
great place to go. Not gonna bother
You can
anybody.
stay there all night.
Usually you're not gonna bother anybody. And the cops show up, right? And there's
was that?
There's technically 4 of them. And Rob like immediately, well, I think they all did. I think, or maybe Rob was the only one, but he like ducked down real quick, just hit the ground as soon as the light flashed, and the cop catches the other guys. The cop is standing there, flashlight in hand, talking to them like, "What the fuck you doing?" Rob is about a foot away from the cop's
Was
leg.
never seen.
Never saw him, so he's slowly
Oh my
rolling
God.
out,
I've done that.
rolling out like between graves, rolling out. They know, they're like watching him and like, this motherfucker's gonna get away, like son of a bitch. And sure enough, in the paper I read, there's my friends that got caught. Rob nowhere to be found, and like this motherfucker
Right.
literally rolled out of the cemetery and got away with it.
I've
Yeah.
done that with Bakuchi.
Oh, great.
Where there was a big fire, and my buddy and I were always into fires, right? And we would see it on the news. It's like, let's go check it out. You know, pyros, whatever. I never set fires or anything, but we just thought it was really
Just
cool.
enjoyed the fire, yeah.
So we go, and everything's barricaded off and shit. So we sneak through. And we're right across the street from some kind of refinery fire. I mean, this thing is fucking big. This
jeez,
thing
that's
is
not good. Yeah.
There's a reason why that they're barricading this shit, probably evacuating houses. And our mission was to get as close as.
Oh, it's somebody. I thought it was thunder and somebody playing drums. I was like, what the fuck?
Is it?
Poorly playing drums. Probably a friend of ours.
It's Frank.
Now you're better than that. Anyway, sorry, go on.
So we're like the only ones there. We run past the Channel 7 helicopter that was parked in somebody's yard. You know, we go through that, whatever. And I think one of the cops saw us, so because they pulled up, and there was like a slope, kind of a wooded area, then the road, then the refinery, which is fucking blazing. And
which sounds like it's going to explode at any time, and you can just run towards it,
right? And we didn't care. We didn't even think about
this is cool.
that.
Yeah,
we didn't think about it. And then this cop, he's shining his light, right? And gets out of the car and he's shining his light, but we're so tucked in and down.
He had no idea.
No,
he missed you guys.
That's we were
awesome.
never seen, and it was like, I wonder what they would have done to us if we got caught. Maybe thought that we would have started the fucking fire, and we were the guys that
it's possible,
these,
right? We found them. We got them. They're denying it, but it's bullshit.
Right? Yeah, but I think him and I, we were just bored. So you're sitting there watching TV, and then you see this fire, and then you get a phone call and so let's go. So that's how it was.
That's
let's go. All right, let's go.
You should have had like a little like the radio, like the CB radio or whatever. You can listen to.
Chatter. We weren't that nuts, but
but
we used to go to see certain weird shit.
Fair enough.
Time. Just to have something. to
TV
do.
wasn't as fun back then. I get it.
It was just to have something to do. It's like, oh my god, are you guys that bored? There were no video games, right? So keep that.
We weren't drinking yet, right?
Yeah, there was plenty of drinking.
Yeah. Oh, there was drinking.
Pot.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just something different then. I get it.
It's like we wanted to be firsthand on the scene. Why? No reason.
Why not?
Just to say we did it.
Sweet.
I remember one moment I had with the cops. There was a bunch of us like walking through the alley in Forest Park. And I guess somebody called. They were just like, a bunch of suspicious looking kids like in the alley. And I'm like, what the fuck? And Officer Lee, that's like one of the bigger cops in Forest Park that we all know, like pulls over and is like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And I'm like, just walking, through the like we're not doing anything. It was weird. And somebody for whatever reason decided to drop the name of the local drug dealer in town that the cop clearly knows. And we're like, why would you we weren't coming from that guy's house. Yeah. Why the fuck did you say that? Like, holy shit. So Officer Lee's like, all right. Everybody turn around. We're checking you guys. Like, motherfucker, you idiot. You fucking
And were
idiot.
you coming from there?
I mean, we were coming from that direction. Like, he was a block down from me. We weren't there. I was like, why didn't you just say we were coming from my house? Like, what the hell of all the places? Like,
you were coming from
your house? I was
literally
three houses down from my house.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, blurred out. He goes, oh, we're coming from this dude's place. I'm like, all of us turned and we're like, what are you doing, dude? Like, holy shit. If you're gonna lie about something good. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You might as well just have said Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, it was insane.
We're at Hitler's place.
Afterwards, we're like yelling. We're like, why the fuck did you drop that name? He goes, I don't know. I just freaked out. He's like, I knew the dude lived down there. And I just said that's where we were coming from.
You know what?
We weren't doing anything. We were just walking around.
I would have done something stupid like that. Right? I think probably.
You panic. You never know. Say dumb stuff. Kids, what are you gonna do? What about you? What kind of cop altercations you ever had?
Nothing.
I feel like none, right?
Yeah, barely any.
I said last week, people, you guys missed the whole thing. I'm still waiting for Jason to get in trouble to take after the old man.
Yeah, I never really did that shit. I don't know.
Never really,
except the closest you got was that story about you
stupid
after hours.
Curfew.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Right. It was a curfew thing, but he's never really done anything.
Have you ever grounded him?
I know of. No. Maybe his mother did. I didn't.
Yeah, for bad grades.
Oh, okay.
Or bad
kind of
tests
loose
or some shit like that. Yeah, you never gave a shit.
Kind of loose.
You only live once.
You're the good cop. I get it.
I don't know. But,
No, I mean, it was like that. I rarely ever,
Yeah. I got grounded once because I went over to a friend's house and I just didn't tell my parents because I was so excited to just go with my other friends. Like, oh, we're going to this dude's place. Like, all right. And we went over there. Lost track of time. My parents were like, where the fuck did you go? I was like, I'm down the block. And they're like, well, that's it. You're grounded for the week. And I was like, oh, what the hell? And I was like, all right. I think I ended up being grounded for a day.
Yeah,
and they're like,
you're
fine. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I never was kind of grounded either.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, I always stay out of trouble. I might have witnessed and heard.
Right. You knew when to
Yeah.
get the fuck out of town,
yeah.
out of Dodge. Right?
Yeah. I have a 6
Fuck everybody else. Right? I'm out of here.
Yeah, something bad's going to happen. I'm going to go. Like, fuck that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like I said, I learned my lesson when none of my boys stood up when they needed to. And I realized there's only number one you got to think of.
Oh, fuck those dudes.
Also, there was another moment where friends wanted to go out drinking somewhere out in the deep burbs, and I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't feel like
why?
that doesn't. I mean, that's just what we did back then. Like,
Okay.
if somebody had a house we can go to, we'd go.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, I'm good. Like, whatever. And so my friends went, and I think this is the same story, but something happened where like the girl who lived there, I think like maybe the booze didn't mix well, or maybe some drugs were involved, but like fucking went nuts, like just went crazy.
Oh.
Cops were called as my friends were like rolling up to the place. Like they didn't even get to go in yet. And just all got slapped with underage drinking fines.
Whoa.
Except for one friend was 21.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck? I was like, I told you idiots, you shouldn't have gone. I was like, we didn't know who that chick was. What the fuck's wrong with you? So
That's
fast
scary.
forward, they all have to go to court. And they have to go to court down there. It's like on somewhere like Orland Park or
fuck that.
whatever, like on the south.
Yeah.
And so when they were driving like a caravan down to this fucking thing, and so Tom was involved.
Oh.
And as he's driving down, was it 31st? He like fucked up, like trying to get around somebody. There was construction going on that caught the lane. And he's like, oh shit. And he went back in, but his mirror gets clipped by one of the big orange cones.
Oh, God.
Flies off right into his car. He's like, motherfucker. So, and that's not even his car. I think that was his folks' car.
Oh,
so he's
God.
like, fuck. So he was like, I got to deal with this shit. Like, I don't want to, like. So he ends up not going to court.
Because of that?
Because of that. Takes it back over to our friend's place on a one-way street so that way he can park on the side and then call the cops and be like, yo,
Somebody
my shit
clipped
got
it?
fucked up. Cop was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, one-way street. Somebody must have been driving down the wrong way.
Yeah, and then file the police report.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Takes it into like an auto body place to look at it. And the guy right away goes, wait a minute. It's like, it looks like somebody hit something orange, like some construction equipment. It's
some
like,
paint.
and they were going down where? And he's like, so they went down the wrong way of a one-way street. And Tom was like, yes. And the guy was like, whatever. He didn't care, but he knew
He shouldn't care.
exactly what
He's getting
happened.
paid.
Yeah, he was getting paid. Yeah, the insurance company was going to pay him anyway. And he knew exactly what he did. So then all my friends got
Very
hit
funny.
with, I think, community service and fine. Tom went later because of the whole thing and ended up having to pay like a fine or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like it all kind of worked itself out.
Pretty
Just
funny. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I heard a beep.
Yeah, I heard a beep too. I don't know.
What does a beep mean?
I don't know. That's another thing. My camera like never records. Ever.
Oh, I heard another one.
Yeah, what was it?
Beep, beep, beep. I don't know.
Yeah, Jason is nowhere like me.
Yeah.
I made up how accidents happen.
Good kid.
There was one time.
Yeah, what's the worst thing?
Nothing.
There was one time. No, this didn't happen to me. I actually stayed home, but it happened to the group of friends I hung out with in high school. There was one night. It was like a summer in high school, and I was sick. I had a cold, and I couldn't I just didn't feel like hanging out with anybody that day because I was sick. And
More bad chicken.
I think we stayed home and watched Tales from the Hood.
Awesome. Fuck yeah.
Snoop.
Yeah, the horror movie that Snoop's in.
Oh yeah. Did you ever see the sequel?
No. Okay. I just heard another beat.
Sounds like feedback.
Yeah, that's what it could be. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. And a couple of my friends ended up starting a dumpster fire, like on accident
Is that by
at a school. Yeah.
Evelyn's?
Yeah, up on the south side. Yeah, it was Mike Ivanovich and Eric and a bunch of other people were up there.
Yeah, right. I said his
whatever.
name last week, but it never aired, so I'm
Yeah, it
good.
worked out.
I'm
No,
gold.
it's his fault.
I'm golden.
But yeah, and I remember I got a call from my friend Mike later, and he told me all about it, and he was like, holy fuck, I'm in trouble, a bunch of us are in trouble, cops showed up, blah blah blah, potential arson charges and shit like that. I think they all ended up doing community service or some shit, but luckily it was I didn't go out that day. That was awesome.
You avoided
yeah,
that.
I was like, ooh, okay. Not that I would have been there for some shit like that, because that's where I would have probably been like, all right, bye.
Yeah, I'm out. I don't want to do
this
this
is fucking
shit.
so stupid.
I've
just want to go home
I've
and
been
play
very
Halo
lucky.
2.
You have been lucky.
I've been very lucky with this gentleman next to me.
I just,
Absolutely.
man, I'm starting to remember all these fucking stories now. It's just funny.
Right.
But there was a time.
I'll bring that out in people.
You do. I was at my buddy's place who dealt drugs, so we had access to marijuana and a lot of it. It was great.
Wow.
That was like back in the day when I used to smoke a lot more. And we were just in the backyard smoking. It was like me and like 2 other dudes, and one friend of ours left. Like he was just going home, and it was super fucking late. You know, it was like 1 in the morning or something. My buddy that lived at the place, he was already in bed. He was like, I'm going to bed. He's like, you guys can just chill. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll probably just walk home or what. Like we could all walk home except for one of our friends was crashing there.
Okay.
And the fucking cops show up, right? And we're like, oh shit. So we like run into the house. We jump into my buddy's room. I'm like, yo, the fucking cops are. Of course, we're high, so we're all paranoid. We're like,
why did they show up?
So we're like, the fucking cops are here, dude. Like, cops. My buddy wakes up, looks over, and sees that one of our friends has his shoes on his bed, and he's like, dude, get your dirty shoes off my bed. I was like, that's the least of our worries right now, dude. There's a fucking cop here. Turned out our buddy that left got caught for curfew, and he told him he was staying over there because I don't think he was. Yeah, he wasn't. He was trying to go home for whatever reason. But he told the cop, he's like, I'm staying there. So they drove him back over there. And that's why the cops They didn't know. They had no fucking clue we were in the backyard smoking weed. Like,
oh shit,
no idea. I was like, God damn it. We're all freaked out by it. I was like, God damn you.
But everything was cool.
Everything worked out. Yeah, nobody got in trouble or anything, and they just like brought our buddy back, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna wait here a little bit, and I'm gonna go home again.
Yeah,
I think he did. I think he went later that night. Like,
you were nice and baked.
I was fucking baked out of my mind.
Back in the day, dude, I'm telling you, there's been many parties at many homes where we all slept over outside on the front lawn.
Really?
And nobody ever even bothered us. It's like, oh, where am I? Oh, fuck. I got to call my folks. But and then it was a weekend, so you still stayed another day until it was Monday, and Sunday night you go home.
Back to work.
Yeah. School, work. Right?
Yeah,
whatever.
for real.
I'm telling you, man, it was like a commune. There would be people just scattered on the front lawns and just passed out. We melted a bong at one of them. You know, you said those 3 foot long, those 3 foot long bongs, plastic, whatever, resin, and
you want the glass, it breaks.
We heated it up so much that we saw the big bowl just like,
like
just melt, and we were like, yeah.
Right,
if that's anything that was going on in my brain right now, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as the bong is melting away. That's my brain.
Melting away.
Is your brain on drugs?
The bong is like my brain.
Right. Is
man.
your brain on drugs? Fucking ain't right. It is. That commercial with the scrambled eggs is like, this is your brain on drugs.
I like the one with Rachel Lee Cook just breaking the kitchen. That one's awesome.
I didn't see
That's a good one. It's an old one too. She's just like, this is your family when you're on drugs. She's like, break it. This is your.
I didn't see that.
Who did that?
Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said Rachel Ray for a second.
Yeah, me
Rachel
too.
Ray did too.
Yeah,
It
me
was in
too.
the kitchen. It makes sense.
But that was
family on drugs.
That was this is your brain. The guy's putting eggs in the pan and then they start frying, you know, and he goes, this is your brain
Some
on drugs.
congressman did that recently. Like went up and was like, this is about drugs, and like cracked it. This is your brain on drugs. And everybody was like, dude, that's a very antiquated way to go about this.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you gonna fucking bring some for the rest of the class? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you got some toast and some bacon, and I'm good.
Imagine being so high that your brain just turns into a fucking scrambled egg. That'd be insane.
That would be Sid Barrett from Pink Floyd.
Yeah, for real. That dude fucked up.
Dude. So a way to counter my shit week, I've been listening to a new podcast called This Is Really Happening. They talked about it on like YMH briefly, and I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And it's not the Ari Shaffir show on Comedy Central.
Okay.
It's like legit like horrendous stories that people have lived through, and it's them themselves telling the stories.
Okay.
And it ranged all over the place, but there was one that I was listening while I was playing a game, and I stopped the game to like listen to it because like, this is just batshit crazy. But it was this young girl. I mean, this is like an hour-long podcast, but to summarize it, essentially overworked her heart too much by doing like hot yoga and tons of fucking dabs, apparently, that just stressed her heart the fuck out. Went in for like a routine like surgery for like her eye that she was going to be knocked out for like 20 minutes max. Ends up being knocked out for 10 days. She had been put in a coma, had her leg amputated because her body shut down
Whoa.
And like everything shut down. They had a machine for every vital organ to keep her alive.
Holy fuck.
And like it was just the most insane story. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I was
Was
like,
it related to the dabs?
yeah.
And
So
whatever
because
was
of like
in her
dabs
system
and like
permanently?
this yoga thing, they said she had broken heart syndrome,
Really?
which is like common in like 90-year-old women.
Oh,
She
wow.
was 24.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and she was in like allegedly she was in like good shape though. Like she was like, yeah, like I'm athletic and this and that. I was like, what the
Sure.
fuck, dude, it was crazy. But there's so much more to her backstory too. Like she grew up in like a hardcore Christian family, and so she ends up becoming a cam girl and a stripper
wow.
and like drugs and this and that, and like it's just one after another of like, what the fuck. And then that wasn't even the craziest one I heard the craziest one yesterday. So they were doing a thing of like, oh, it's like the top 3 of the year, and it was one about a girl with DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, multiple personality. And that one, it was just like, holy shit, it was just like one tragic event after another and you're like, yeah, that makes sense that you have this thing. Like, it was basically both her parents molested her, starting at the age of 3.
Whoa.
Up until whenever. Her grandmother and uncle also molested her. They pimped her out to the church and sold her.
Whoa.
And like on top of that, her like after school babysitter was one of the clients that would pay to have sex with her as a child.
Is this a feel-good episode?
This was the most like
this
crushing episode.
This episode, this is
right? It's the opposite of the last one.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been listening to make myself feel better. I was like, I don't have it that bad. I don't have it that bad.
Oh, yeah, right.
I got it pretty good, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Compared to that shit.
Yeah. But it's a great show. I mean, it's interesting.
Maury Povich is going to show up.
Yeah. There was one that was really sad about like a woman whose son got hit by lightning and died, and like her dealing with that was like pretty interesting. Really sad, but it was interesting at least. But yeah, it's a good show if you're ready for something like that.
So,
Does somebody host it or
No. So
Okay.
it's
is it just random people?
yeah,
Are there,
yeah.
like celebrities that do it too, or just
So far there hasn't been any celebrities.
Okay.
It's all been just run-of-the-mill people, and they edit it so that I think the guy that runs it might be like interviewing them and then goes back and edits himself out of it to make it more of a story.
Oh, that's cool.
Because his editing is not great, but it works.
Sure. Yeah, interesting.
But it's cool. It's interesting to hear from like the person's like actual voice, like they're actually talking about what happened to them, and crazy stuff. Yeah,
That's a podcast?
yeah, it's a podcast. Yeah,
You gonna start listening to it?
No.
Why?
only do it if you're in a bad mood. and
I
you
only
need-
have time in my life for nothing's for no one,
That's it.
guys. So
You don't listen to any other podcast, right?
no.
Awesome.
Why?
You're so dedicated. I love it.
I don't have
Why?
Why?
why.
There's a lot better
I
ones out there.
don't
I'm just
ha-
talking about.
I don't have time, and it makes my train rides home more tolerable. I mean,
nice.
it really changes.
you can't get enough of Jason. I take it.
Well,
Hey-o.
there's that, but I even listen to the ones without him. Like the last one I listened to was with Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You. So I will watch the ones that I watch all of them.
Nice. You're a very
Yeah.
devoted fan.
I am, and it keeps me connected with what's going on. I almost feel like I'm eavesdropping on.
Well, like I had.
Oh, that's
Gives you some insight of what we've been up to, right? Although I don't know, we're pretty boring people.
Yeah.
I think for the most part.
No, well, I mean it's
We have more
it
extremely
entertains me,
entertaining
so that
friends,
goes
yeah.
to tell you what kind of life I'm leading. But yeah, it makes the ride totally enjoyable, and I wouldn't know what else I would be doing. Like I only listen to it on the way home.
Okay.
I don't listen to it on the way in downtown to work. I'm kind of like looking at my phone, looking at the news and shit like that. And sometimes I'm just looking out the window, but I always plug in on the way home and
Nice.
make sure that I'm connected. So, yeah. And the longer the shows are,
Connected to the world.
and as soon as I get closer to home, like my last bus or whatever, I'll just shut it down and pick it up again the next day.
Oh, nice.
And,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the longer the shows go, the better I am
Your weekend.
during the week. Right.
So you need a long
So
one.
sometimes it takes 3 days.
Are you
Okay.
gonna, are you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
listen to this?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see my gorgeous face.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm always excited.
Yeah.
And I told Jason, I says, since last week didn't air, I says, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to say anything. He's like, do whatever. He goes, we'll take over. Don't worry.
Just be like our backup guest.
Yeah.
Kane.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not a bad guest.
So if we get a fourth chair, I'll just be your permanent fixture.
Yeah, all right.
I keep wanting to bring one. I have one at the shop. I want to bring.
Hell yeah.
Well,
But I gotta
sometimes
put it
you
in a
have
van.
4 people in here. I mean,
Yeah, unfortunately, Vince had to sit in the
shit
the
chair.
little shitty green chair, my dad's old fishing chair.
is that what that is?
Yeah, it's his old
There's
one.
history in that.
I guess. I mean,
A lot of fish caught in that chair, son.
there's some fish, caught. Not a lot.
Remember Real Fishing for PS1?
Yep.
We had this game called Real Fishing for the first
it, like, really
PlayStation.
And the music?
Yeah. I'll pull it up. I guarantee you we won't get flagged for it either because nobody knows it.
You went to a lodge. You registered like you were staying
Get a
at the
fishing
lodge. You did all the fucking paperwork.
You have to go to Walmart, get a fishing license.
You had to do all the paperwork. You had to log in, and then whatever fish you caught that day, you logged it. And I guess that was part of the competition: the type of fish, the species, and the weight of it, and this, that, and the other. But it was like, fuck all that, man. Just let me in.
me
Get me
fish.
to the pond.
You just gotta get him to play Red Dead Redemption 2 and just let him fish in that.
Yeah, is it cool fishing?
I don't know. I heard you can.
I
share
have
fish.
it. I
Do you really?
have barely played it. Yeah.
Do they have any new like fishing simulators? Now he's got that new TV, dude. You gotta like get him one.
But the music in this stupid game was like elevator music.
The
'cause it was like,
calming,
yeah, here makes me want to pee and fall asleep.
Yeah, is that running water?
Yes,
in the background?
because you're in a stream. You're
Oh,
fishing
okay.
a trout stream.
Or hold on.
Try to get it to pick up.
Well, I have like a gate. Yeah.
Oh.
Here, go ahead.
Now I gotta pee.
He's trying to catch a fish. That's why.
Wait, where's the music?
The music stopped because he's in the video. He's catching a fish.
Yeah. Hours of this.
Sick acoustic track.
I think that's what we're missing in the room. Music is the reverberated tambourine.
Tambourine. I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I love that music, man. Good
I used to
game.
have a neighbor whose dad loved like Nintendo fishing because he
Oh,
loved
really?
fishing so much that he
Uh-huh.
would play Nintendo fishing.
What is Nintendo Fish? Was it for NES?
Yeah.
Really?
And I just remember like me and his son like could never play Nintendo because his dad was just like, "No, I'm fucking fishing, dude." And I'm like, "Damn it!"
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, "Dude, let's just go back to my place. I got a Nintendo. We'll just play whatever we want."
Yeah.
Like, all right.
You get an NES?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. What
Hell yeah.
games did you have?
Man, I don't know. I had a lot. I had a ton. Of them.
Did you have Metroid? Game's hard on NES.
I don't know. Probably. I know I had all the Mario games and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Hell yeah.
That whole stack of them.
Classics.
I also had Atari. That's how old I am.
Oh, which one? 2600?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
Pong.
shit.
Remember Pong?
I never had
You
Pong
were
though for it.
Pong. You were too
I loved.
young.
I had the one that was like Cowboys, which was a lot of fun, and then there was like a tank game that I loved.
Dude, there was only tennis and,
Highway,
and
little
ping
chicken crossing the
pong.
road.
That was the only two, and it was the same game, just like a different graphic. which
Right,
was
different
just
colored background.
There wasn't even colored, dude. It was black and white.
Oh, yeah.
and bing, bing,
Smaller paddles, bigger paddles.
bing. Yep, it was the same game, but it was just a different,
Fuck yeah.
thing.
It's amazing how far we've come with video games.
And I didn't
For
even,
real, right?
Like in the last 30 years.
I didn't
like,
even
that's
have it. It was one of the
insane.
things that,
Yeah.
that would lure me to go visit my sister and her husband when my folks would go. It was like, oh, maybe I could play Pong.
Yeah.
And
Like, that's the sickest thing ever. I'm sure, like, yeah, because like there was nothing before that.
I
so,
was
like,
never nuts about it, but it's not like I needed. I never had one until he got a video system and stuff. But till this day, the only thing I like playing are racing games.
Nice.
Mario
Oh, yeah.
Kart, whatever. Crash Bandicoot.
Fuck yeah.
Some kind of adventurous kind of thing.
What about like more realistic like racing games? Like, do you play any of those?
We did Gran Turismo.
That one's intense,
Right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
It's like legit driving. Like
And
it's so
plus,
hard.
just like the fishing thing, you got to pick your car, the wheels, this,
The whole
that,
fucking
the
thing.
engine. It's like, fuck, man, I might as well just go get a car.
Right.
Buy a new car. It's easier. But like Mortal Kombat and all that other stuff, I'm lousy at it. He
the
would
fighting
just
games.
kick
That
my-
reminds me,
kick my butt.
we're talking about games. They have the Mario Tennis game on sale right now at Target, so I think I'm gonna pick that motherfucker up. Also, my fucking debit card got hacked last night. Somebody took out $425 worth of my money. So
What
yeah,
the fuck?
I had to fucking call Chase and get my card canceled. I think it was from a gas station. Like somebody swiped my numbers from a gas station,
Oh.
like pump. You know how they could do that. I mean that because like yesterday we went out to the burbs because Jace was staying at his parents in Downers Grove. So me and Sam went to like Walmart. We got Steak and Shake drive-through for dinner, and I got gas. Those are the only places I used my card. So I don't think it was Walmart. And I mean, who knows where it could have come
Yeah,
from? You know,
never know.
But I called them immediately. They canceled the card. They're like, you'll have to call claims to get the money back on Monday because that department's closed on the weekends, but they'll take care of you. And yeah. But they're sending me a new card this week, so now it just sucks. So now I'm gonna make online purchases through PayPal with my routing number. So like just direct my bank account through. So at least I can still use it,
That's true.
Would it be better if you just did that all the time, or
No, it wouldn't make a difference. I mean, you couldn't do that at like a gas station pump. They don't accept PayPal. I'm just talking about like for online stuff. And
Well, like, can't you like use your phone, right? To like
yeah, there's some way to do it.
but I don't want to fuck. I don't
But
like.
see,
to
I
leave
thought
that stuff
I
on
usually
there.
use credit at gas stations because you don't put in your PIN, you put in your zip code, and that's what I thought I did yesterday. Like I don't remember if I did or not, but I would have been like, "Huh, that's weird." But whatever,
Well,
what
at
are
least
you gonna
at least you
do?
found it, like
Yeah, I mean, I got the email right away when the charge was taken, so I called Chase right away, and they were like, "All right, cool, thanks for letting us know. We're keeping a record of it, canceling the card and getting you the new one." And like, all right, I guess I'd rather take care of it now than worry about
Right.
it later.
Hell yeah.
So,
getting back to video games, my favorite is the Wii.
Oh hell yeah!
Really?
My
Bowling,
mom was Wii.
boxing, whatever. I would be so exhausted and sore when
Yeah,
I
it's a
was
workout. You're
done
fucking
because it
swinging
was
around.
like, holy shit, I can't move my arms. And it is because you're physically actually feel like
Right.
you're
You're
in
actually
there
doing something.
really doing it. Right. So that's my favorite system, which he still has, but has not hooked up.
Dude, you gotta hook him up. He's got the new TV, man. What are you doing?
Oh, I don't want it in my house. Because I want to have competitions.
Ah,
so,
fair enough.
with him. I don't really play that much. I really don't have the time.
Fair
to
enough.
do it.
yeah, I mean, he'll come down. I'll show him something cool he likes. Like, he would probably like that new, Mario Golf game and like that stuff because we used to play Mario Golf on GameCube. You just got to know what he likes. He loves Mario Kart. He likes kart racing games. That's like his MO.
I'm always the princess.
It's always that type of shit.
enough.
Yeah.
I love golfing in the trees. You're actually teeing off in a tree.
What? Really?
In the Mario Golf.
The only-
Yeah, there's a
I only
Donkey
played
Kong
Nintendo
level.
Mario Golf. That's
Yeah.
as far as I ever got with that.
That's fun. It's like, I could do this because I suck at golf. So
Do you ever golf often?
we would go golfing at the forest preserves, Indian Boundary and shit like that. I don't know if you know where that is. Or it's like Belmont and River Road.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Yeah.
kind of
yeah.
like in there. We used to sneak in after golf season, and we would have the whole golf course to ourselves.
Cool.
Right, sneaking in, and we'd walk in, with 3 clubs, like a putter, a driver, maybe a
Or
wood.
wedge,
All depends. And we'd sit there and say, "Oh, lovely day, only a foot of snow, and let's golf that way." And so we would just, fuck around.
That's awesome.
Stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Then buddy of mine's cousin worked for the golf course, and we get hooked up with a free cart and shit like that.
Oh,
And
cool.
Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
it was fun. So yeah, technically playing golf, it was horrible. Fucking around golf, a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
No rules.
Right, yeah. See, I like going to the driving range. I don't like actually playing golf. I've played once.
Yeah, driving ranges
like
were
it.
fun. The one off of Thatcher, First Avenue and North Avenue, it used to be one there, like behind where Kittyland was, right across from Triton.
Yes, I never went to that one, but I do remember that. Yeah.
We used to go to that one, and you always try to hit the guy that's driving the cart to pick up the balls. And then for a while, we were using the football field at Hiawatha Park as a driving range. And people that lived across from the park were like, oh, no. You see that big picture window that has the aquarium right next to it? You guys can't be doing this.
Right.
Because we just hit the ball as hard as we could and just watch
Wherever
it go
it
flying.
goes.
And it didn't matter. Like, fuck, I lost the ball.
They kill somebody.
Yeah, you're hitting cars, right? You kill somebody, you're hitting cars, and the guy with the picture window and the aquarium in front of it is fucking shitting in his pants.
Fish is terrified.
So I think at one point they told the park supervisor, and the park supervisor comes off and goes, "Let me see that club." And he took a few swings. I was like, "Well, how bad could we be?" He goes, "You know what? You guys might want to use wiffle." They had the wiffle.
Yeah, those
golf balls.
It's good
He goes, "You might want to
practice.
use
Yeah.
those." He goes, "Other than that, I don't have a problem." Okay. Did we do that? No.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Oh well.
So that's golf.
Fair
And
enough.
it's a lot of fun playing in trees now with the Mario
Right.
golf video.
Yeah.
So.
You ever golfed at all? Driving
Yeah,
range?
I love going to that driving range in Skokie. There's
Oh,
one
nice.
on forget the street, but it's
It's
awesome.
a big one.
Yeah.
Right?
And they have the automated tee come. I've been in there. Me and Franco and Nate went there a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty sweet. It's actually not far from
You gotta go, Bill.
I don't know, man. My shoulders and back are so messed up that it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
to
my
golf
shoulder hurts
now.
so bad. Dude.
Do you have our eating pad? Do you need it?
No, I don't think it's I think I need to get it looked at.
Come to my guy, man.
Yeah, chiropractor.
Get you hooked up. Get you a free screening.
Yeah. Damn.
Tough getting old.
I'm so excited to go home and play fucking video
You ain't
games
seen
all
nothing,
day.
Davey.
Dude, it's just supposed to be cloudy all day. I'm gonna play on that TV all fucking day today. That's all I'm doing. Sitting on my fucking ass.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, by the way, we gotta stop at Target on the way home real quick.
Are you gonna buy me another TV?
No, but I just picked up that Mario Tennis game because Nintendo they do one sale a year usually on their mainline titles, and it's around E3. So I think the sale's almost over. I think this is actually the last week, and then but yeah, it's instead of paying full price, you get $15
Are they,
off, and it's that's the only time you'll get that deal.
Are they holding it for you?
Yeah, I just do shit at Target where I place order for pickup, so I don't even have to go and navigate. I just go in and grab it, and I'm good. So that's kind of cool. Don't have to, because Target's one of those stores where you could just buy a billion different fucking things. At least I can. I actually got to pick up some frozen pizzas too while we're there. So
Do you order those for pickup?
you could. I didn't, because I want to see what they got. I like having the giant selection, and he gets excited too. He loves going to the store with me because I show him all the cools. Frank's it's if I show him something cool, he just wants it.
I'm like,
I want that. It's
Bill,
like the
fair
TV,
enough. I
dude.
get it.
Like I
He's
said,
just I want the TV.
My dad does the same thing.
I'm 6.
Yeah, it's
You know,
it's very
in-
fun.
in-
But it's nice
inside.
because he doesn't go out and
I
do
don't
shit.
wanna know.
My mom doesn't go out and do shit. I love showing them stuff because I'm like, yo, we live here, live your life, and
And
have fun.
I'm such a tightwad too. It's we can't afford that.
Oh, I can't listen to any other podcast. Oh, I can't.
I can't.
Yeah,
Well, that's free. You can do that.
weird Catholic
Right.
Polish guilt or whatever the fuck you got going on.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah, yeah, but
I'm set in my ways.
Fair. I get it.
Right.
we used to play the Wii all the time though. Remember Wii Sports Resort? So they came out.
Yeah, the follow-up.
Yeah, what they did was they released an upgradable enhancement for the original Wiimote called the Wii Motion Plus, and they packaged it with that game. So it was if you had an old, and then the Wiimotes going forward had that already built in.
Okay.
Like Sam's parents have a Wii, have her old Wii that she used to play, and she's got those Wiimotes that have it built in. But mine, we used to have to plug them in the bottom, and they lock in,
Yeah,
and then you put
yeah.
the case on them, and you put your hand on it and attach
Hope the guy doesn't fly
nuts.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Look,
add,
we never had
pump.
any
I
incidents,
had.
but
I used to
Compose.
I used to miss them. And
no, you didn't. You always had the strap on all the time.
yeah, but there was a few times it flew and I almost fucking broke the screen. of the TV, right?
Yeah.
Because when we would box, I would just go nuts and just
Right,
not
it's
stop
the thing,
punching
yeah.
in order to win. You know, because he was good and I was horrible, so I would just give everything. You know,
It's so sick because like
and he's like,
the
"Stop!"
Switch has motion controls too for almost every game if you
yeah,
wanted to. Like you could, if you're playing it on the TV. Like I want to try golf today because you could do motion controls with that. But I've just been playing it with the buttons and crushing it. I'm still like, I still got it at that game, man.
It's all right.
So much fun.
You're all right, man.
Yeah. I think golf is a cool sport, genuinely. As like, if I was ever to get into a sport, I feel like it would be golf.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. I don't know why. I like
You know-
I like the game. I like the way it's played. I think that's cool.
When I like
Frolf, yeah, I think it's a little like Gene Shorty, but like,
Really?
yeah, like a little Burning Man almost for me. But it is cool. I respect Frolf a lot. I'm just not good at it. But I do think it's cool, like the concept of it.
Right.
Actually, dude, so every time you listen to this too, not that you would, no, you'll find it interesting. So Max and Alex's parents live in Naperville, right? That's where Max stays at now.
Are they all good? They had like a
Yeah, they
fucking
were totally fine. Dude, that tornado touched down, and we were literally there at my grandparents'. Remember Father's Day? That storm happened on
Yes.
Father's Day night. Remember? Because
That was, yeah.
Me and Sam went down to see my
Oh
grandparents.
yeah,
My
'cause
grandpa.
I had plastic in my window. I go, great, it's gonna fucking blow
Yeah,
off.
yeah, exactly.
Damn it! And it stayed. I did a good job covering
luckily,
it.
we had we went down there. You know, my grandpa grilled burgers. It was great. You know, he was so
Fuck.
happy we were over there, and we had a great time and just chilled. And my grandma was like overanalyzing one of my Portal shirts that I had on, trying to figure out what was
The
going
one you were
on.
wearing here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. It was,
So-
I was wearing here with the vortex and
Yes,
the witch on the
yes,
back.
yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
She was getting it pretty into it. She was like, I like your shirt. And yeah, we were just talking and but yeah, like we got home before the storm started, but like there was a tornado touchdown like less than a mile away from there. Like literally on 75th and 53, like Route 53 and
Okay.
75th.
Yeah.
It's literally not that far from them. It's like if you were to keep going on 53 just past their building, the next big intersection was where that tornado touchdown was. Like there was homes in Woodridge that got destroyed.
Yeah.
You know,
I worked with some people that live in that area, and they got
And-
pretty fucked up.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
but
I
they
got
were
an aunt
that building that
who
they're in is
raised
so
it.
safe. You know, it's
Yeah.
like a huge. Yeah, they were
Wow,
like,
yeah.
we're fine.
Yeah, it's big.
I mean, where I was at, I was like, I'm not worried. It's like I'm in a fucking.
I slept
bomb
through it.
shelter. Yeah, so did I.
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, me too.
I later saw a Snapchat from one of my friends' little sister was like in her basement with her dog and like,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, maybe.
Oh my God,
I was like,
yeah.
I couldn't
No,
have done that. I was in the basement. I was like, was it that bad? Like,
Yeah, I saw it on the
Fuck.
news the next morning. I took the dog out, and I'm like, "There's a lot of shit fucking laying around here."
Yeah.
You know, tree limbs and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
My aunt's place got a little fucked
Well, we
up.
are in the basement of our building, so it's awesome.
safe.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we're totally safe, and like
Plus,
the dog
I
just
can't
hates the
imagine
rain.
A tornado hitting Chicago.
No
or whatever.
way. Yeah, because
Too many
everybody's like,
buildings.
"There's tornadoes in Chicago." I'm like, "Listen, motherfuckers, we live right next to the lake.
Right.
We
There's just
live
too
right
many-
by the lake.
way too many buildings.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
where
that's
we
what it
live,
is.
it's like
it's not
there's
open field for it to
Exactly.
generate.
There's no place to there's no place for it to land at all. Like we literally live in between like the narrowest streets. You
Right.
know, it's
But
It's not gonna
there
happen.
were. I remember back in the day, not really that long ago, tornadoes hit in Evanston and shit, and really
I vaguely
fucking
remember
stuff
that.
up.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
when Julie and I used to go to the beach, we go up to Evanston, use their beaches, a little bit more secluded and cleaner and all that. And I remember seeing big fucking trees down, raw iron fences twisted.
up.
So I was like,
That's
that
crazy.
was pretty strong. For something that hit that
Yeah.
close to the city, very rare, but it could and did happen. So yeah, but don't really worry about it too much. Not like people
I
in
wouldn't.
Plainfield and Bolingbrook
they're-
and all that.
My buddy Tom lived in Plainfield, and his younger brother's high school got
Tornado
destroyed by a
Alley?
tornado.
oh fuck.
And he was like, I guess I'm not going to school.
Yeah.
He had to take night classes basically, like
Wow.
because they were out of they had to put these kids somewhere, so he ended up doing like third shift high school. That's
Right.
kind of weird.
Right.
Very
Didn't
weird.
matter for that kid, but anyway,
Yeah, holy shit.
No, there were certain areas in Wisconsin they got hit so much where they actually designed buildings to be tornado proof.
Right.
They're low to the ground,
Yeah, yeah.
more like one level, like almost like a ranch type
right.
home, but like libraries, government buildings, and stuff like that were just these one-story, low-level buildings that they term tornado proof.
Right.
So.
As much as they can be. You know?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny because whenever one touches down an area that is not ever prone to
Yeah.
tornadoes, that's why there's so much devastation because they're not
Right.
set up for it. You know,
Right.
you don't hear about the ones that do touch down in areas that it's common because there's not.
Yeah.
They're ready for it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was funny because my friend Alex that lives in St. Thomas like texted me like, "Oh, I heard it was like pretty bad, like tornadoes." I was like, yeah. I was like, we were fine over here. I was like, but I feel bad even like talking about it because you lived through some of the worst tornadoes in like history. And she's like, winds win. I was like, I don't know about that. I was like, what we experienced was like some guy farting on the like on the train with you, and then what you got was the train got fucking derailed and it was derailed for months. Like,
and I don't know if it's due to climate change or whatever, but if and when there is a tornado, they sure seem to be worse than what they normally.
I think part of it too is like I said, they seem to be touching on in areas that aren't common.
Yeah,
and that's why it's
right.
worse than it really is. But I mean, it's still like climate change involved.
Yeah,
where it's like,
maybe
those things shouldn't be happening right now, but they are. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's scary. The tornado thing was like the scariest. Like I saw videos and stuff and like how
dude, I kind of like this band.
Fucked up.
I'm gonna use the restroom again, please, ladies and gentlemen.
He's playing like black metal shit.
Are they above us?
Sounds like it. Not quite above us, but it sounds like they're like floor up and over. This is good for the podcast. People can hear this.
I like the guitar part.
It sounds like it's just a drummer and a guitar player.
Cool melodic stuff. I think I hear bass.
Oh, there's bass. And a second guitar. That's a
Sick.
cool band.
Yeah, I wonder who they are.
You knock on their door and be like, you guys are cool.
Yeah, I would love to.
Make some friends. We
We're
don't
not
have a
doing
lot of
that.
friends in this building.
We literally don't. Coco's in this building. Did you know that?
Yeah, they're
I didn't know
downstairs.
that.
Yeah, I've seen Ed every once in a while in here.
Which one is that? The bald guy?
The guitar player.
Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, which one?
Ed is...
Which one of 8 people in that fucking band? Awesome band, though.
He does do they all do backing vocals.
I wish that show
Really
happened.
guy.
They were supposed to play with Warforged. That would have been such
That
an
would be
awesome
good.
show.
I like that band a lot. They're good.
They're awesome.
So good live.
They're so good. They're really nice guys too.
Yeah.
I've met a different guy from them every time, but they've always been super killer. Like I remember remember Roman Reigns played with them?
Something is Waiting and Roman Reigns played with them within like
Yeah.
a month, which I thought was odd because like I had never heard of them before, and I'm like, what the fuck do they sound like?
Yeah,
that?
their
We
singer
can-
told me that we sound like Death, like the band Death. He's like, you guys are really good. And then like I remember their drummer was like, how do you play that fast? I'm like, I don't know, man.
That drummer's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he is great.
He's a great drummer.
He's an awesome
I
drummer.
think him and Gabe set up a drummer date.
Oh,
at some
did they?
point. I think so.
Damn. Jealous.
You guys set one up with Gabe too.
I'm gonna be giving lessons again. Somebody actually hit me up about some
Really?
lessons, so yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna be teaching a buddy to do some tricks.
him how to go fast.
Yeah, teach him how to go fast, how to go slow a little better. You know.
How to groove, how not to groove.
Yeah, just to see what he wants to do. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like my only strength in trying to give a lesson is like, because I don't have any like background in theory really, or like music. You know, like I'm not going to teach him how to read.
What's a Jason drum lesson like?
Usually all technique based shit. Like if somebody's like, I want to learn how to blast, I'll be like, okay, let me show you different ways you could do it and different ways to exercise, you know, how you want to do it. And I really just base it on whatever anybody wants to learn and then try and dissect it myself to figure it out. So like, you know, I had a student before who wanted to learn how to do like those, you know, the alternate blast, with the ride and the snare, like, and I'm like, oh, it's all about limb separation. Like, your right foot and your right hand are always going to land on the 1, and then the 2 is going to be your snare. So, and it's just like practice doing that slow, and then pick up the tempos. You know, find a tempo that you're comfortable at playing it at, like and then just keep it up. You know what I mean? Like practice it and see if you could bump it up. Like download a metronome app, bump it up 5 beats per minute, bump it up 10 beats per minute, you know, and eventually, you know, you could really speed train yourself that way. And that's what I had a student do, and he would send me videos of him crushing it, and I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's getting good. And like, yeah, I'm like, this guy's gonna be better than me. Shit. Like, so a buddy of actually this dude Vince, who used to play in a band with Max and Alex, their old band, he hit me up. He's in a newer band. I forget what they're called, but he hit me up asking me for some lessons, and I'm like, yeah, I can show you some stuff, man. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's cool.
I remember him when I had a midlife crisis at 40, and I says I have to have a drum kit.
Fair enough.
My wife says you find one reasonable and get it, and it's right up there.
Yes, right, yeah.
And I had it set up, and after a while, he comes down and he's sitting behind there, and he's like, "Can you show me kind of things?"
How old were you?
I was young. I was like, I don't know. How old are you now?
Maybe I'm 62. You were like
And what am I?
10,
28
8 or 10.
I'm 29. You're 62. So
You were young,
the difference there.
like 9 or 10, maybe even 8. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was young. I was like a
We
kid.
were on Grove.
But I was listening to like Green Day, and I would have him teach me
We were on
Green
Grove.
Day
You have
songs.
the,
And
you have
I'm-
the beard done too, or not?
Yeah.
He was born with
He was
the
born
beard.
with the beard.
And glasses. And
My dad was almost born with glasses. My dad was 4 months old when he got glasses.
I was 6 when I had glasses.
6 months?
Yeah, no, 6.
Oh,
Period.
my dad was
Yeah.
4 months.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he must have been crawling into shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
so, and I'm like, I am really not a teacher. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You hit this thing, hit that thing. What do you want me to
It's
tell you,
all
kid?
by ear.
Yeah,
You
just
know.
listen to it and figure it out.
And he got more used. I go, here, you can try this, you can try that, whatever, and just got more used to it. To what he plays now, and surpassed me for sure. And I'll never forget when we first got the double bass pedal. And we got it on a Friday, and by Sunday afternoon, he mastered it. It was like riding a bike. It's like, holy shit. And I says, try doing this. And it was like nothing to him.
That's awesome.
And I still, till this day, I can't play a double foot pedal.
How rough was that beginning of him playing drums? Like,
It wasn't.
no? Like, I just would dread the idea of, like, I wouldn't mind if my kid was like, you want to play drums? Go ahead and play drums. But I feel like that first month or so is probably going to be
Rough.
the most headache inducing.
Well, you're
like, son
talking
of
to
bitch
a guy.
bastard.
You're talking to a guy who played drums, so the noise never
bother you?
bothered
Oh, I
me
would-
at all. And my wife would hear me play music on,
Stereo playing.
on 10 volume,
Oh, okay.
11 being the highest.
kinda over-
So everything,
took that.
so it all got kind of used to. And then when you know that our own flesh and blood, the love of our lives is doing it, I don't hear anything.
Right.
That's
I
obnoxiously
originally wanted
intrusive.
to play drums when I was younger, and my parents were like, nah. how
Yeah,
about
too
something
much.
quiet?
I was never supported. I mean, my dad would buy me like a Mickey Mouse kit or a Toys R Us kit
yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, they
I
would.
threaten all my friends with kids that I'm going to buy them drum sets.
It was it was always the
best.
cheapest route, but nobody ever took it seriously. And when he decided to, and with his grandparents' finances, they were willing. I got blessed by finally having a decent kit through him
Oh, no, okay.
when he got the Tama kit.
Yeah, that was a high school graduation gift.
But with him, and I think the most important thing is nothing was ever forced. It was
Right, yeah,
at
if you
your
wanted
own
to, you
pace.
did.
If you
That's
wanted to
awesome.
do
That's
it,
the way to do
enjoy
it.
it. Don't be forced to do anything that you don't want to do.
I do wish that my parents forced me to play piano. I wish they did that.
Yeah.
I always think
Like,
that in the back of my mind. I wish I knew how to play.
Like, it'd be great.
Oh,
It'd
melodic
something-
instrument. Yeah.
be fun. I mean, I can kind of do it, but it's not.
Yeah,
great,
same. I could
you know?
bullshit on it, but
Yeah.
that's about
Get
it.
some ideas
I used
across.
to play
but not to play.
chopsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Ding 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 ding.
I always, my sister has
boy.
what's the one with the belt and it would read the music.
Oh, a player piano.
Player pianos.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
one.
Those are fun.
And some of my nieces play piano, right? Because you can either have that going or you can just play it like a regular piano.
Yeah, those are
and
really
sometimes I sit there and I'm just like hitting notes and this sounds good. This and they're like, Uncle Frank, play something, and I'm like, what? Yeah, right. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
We have a customer that has a. It's like more than just like a regular player piano. It's not like the real.
Mm-hmm.
It's a. Or, I mean, it is like it's like an older one, but it is a real, but not like the one you see.
They
in
have
an
digital
They do have
ones
digital,
now.
now, but he has one of these ones that's over 100 years old, and it's essentially pneumatic pumps that go to every key, which is crazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
he had to get those all redone because it dry rotted because it was rubber
Right.
and 100 years old.
Right.
And the way it was set up was they'd have another piano that was recording it. It would record on these cylinders.
Yeah.
and a human being would actually play the part, and it recorded just like they did.
Okay.
So then you put it back into a piano that could play that, and it sounds like somebody's literally playing the piano.
Right.
It's not quite like the sheet where it is like, somebody punched those out.
Yeah.
Right.
This was actual people playing over 100 years ago. It's the craziest sounding thing in the world. And he had ones where it was two people playing piano at the same time, and it's unbelievable.
Heart and soul.
sounding.
Boom, boom, boom,
Right.
boom, 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 boom.
But I've heard like playing pianos. I worked on playing pianos, but this was like one of the nicest, coolest, most unique sounding pianos I've ever heard.
my sister's, it was old, and they had it redone, refurbished, and everything.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we try not to do too many pianos because they fucking suck to move. but
Right,
we do
right.
them, and I don't know. It's tough now because like, I mean, you can get a fucking piano on your phone. Like it's just digital
My
piano,
father played.
you know?
My father played an accordion, and he played a little bit of piano. We had a piano when I was a kid.
A lot of people did. I mean, it was just because it was a source of entertainment, and people would just lug these giant pianos around.
And I would fuck it up. I like roll my Hot Wheel cars over it and chip the
reason why
keys.
we get business.
That's right. That's right. That was my extent of playing piano, was running a Hot Wheel car over it.
Because recently we just did a piano. We repurposed it as a bookshelf.
Oh,
Really?
Maybe you've seen on like Pinterest or something. Like I've
I've seen
the lady
that shit.
sent us that. Like I've seen. My dad showed me a picture. I was like, oh, I've seen that before. He's like, where'd you see that? I was like, I'm on the internet, man. Like it's just I know you're not, but I'm on the internet. I've seen it before. And he's like, that's pretty cool. He's like, you think we could do it? I was like, why not? It was a baby grand piano.
Really? And then they just
And so we brought
laid
it
it up?
upright. Yeah, we took out the harp, obviously, and then resurfaced the inside because it looked kind of messed up where the soundboard was.
yeah.
Put the keys back in so you can still see the keys, and then just added bookshelves to it. And it was cool. It was fun. It was a real fun project. Turned a lot of heads. Like people were like, "Whoa!"
Right.
But what's funny is like this piano she got from her mother, who lived in the East Coast in New York, and was going from like one tiny one bedroom to the next, lugging this piano
Whoa.
all along, and eventually it made its way here to her. She doesn't play piano. Her kids don't play piano, and her grandkids don't even play piano. Like a couple of them kind of play, but not like well.
So it was.
So nobody plays piano, and she's like, I just have this
just
giant fucking piano.
a
And
matter
they're
of-
moving to St. Louis, so
of
she was
keeping it.
like, well, I don't want to get rid of it because I inherited it from my grandmother,
Right.
but I also don't want a giant piano,
Of course.
in my new
Yeah.
house. Like I'm kind of over it.
Make
you
it
know?
functional, Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we turned,
Cool.
it takes a way less room upright,
Oh,
than it
yeah.
would
Yeah.
down.
Right.
That's a cool idea.
But it was a fun project. Yeah, it was really cool. And then eventually, because she was like, you can keep the rest of whatever you take out. Like she's like, I obviously don't want the harp. I don't need
Yeah.
the lid and all that. So at some point, because I took the original legs, cut them down so that the original legs are actually on this thing, like it should
Okay.
be,
Yeah.
And even the pedal is on there too in the front, and obviously not functioning. But so I have the leftover leg base,
Yeah.
and then I have the top. So I'm gonna turn that into a coffee table.
Make nunchucks.
nice.
So before I should make you a couple of whatever
Yeah.
scrap was I got.
Okay. All right. Here I
Bust
go.
my lathe out. I never get to use that thing.
Yeah. Frank's back.
Dude, what kind? Do you have a nice TV, right? What size is your TV? Do you know?
48.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'd like to
pretty
go
good.
bigger because I
Yeah.
have like this like cubby in my bedroom, and
Uh-huh.
like I've done the math. I can technically fit like a 65
Wow.
inch TV in there if
Yeah.
I really want to.
I thought I did the math, but it's like I'm just barely making it, man.
Yeah.
On the edges, and plus I turn it a little because I sit on an angle from where
I got
Julie sits, so it's not perfectly straight. I have to turn a little
Need a
bit
lazy
because
Susan.
I'm like, I want to enjoy it too.
Right.
So I turned it, and we're still making it. But
Dude,
Get a wall mount.
We-
You can
Oh, yeah.
turn it.
you know,
well, we got that big, that big thing in our basement where it's like that, or our apartment with that big like thing we had that covers all the plumbing. That thing is huge.
Thanks.
Like we have the old TV resting on it. It's that big like cabinet looking
Yeah.
thing that's built into the wall to house the plumbing that's inside there.
Oh, gotcha.
So
like
like
a
we have
disguise.
to. It's like we pretty much have. We can't put a couch against that wall. That thing doesn't move. So it's like we use that as like our TV surface. But it's huge, so we can fit whatever we want on there.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I got to build Sam's desk today. I'm gonna try and take a crack at it.
You're building a desk.
Yeah,
You're putting together.
Well, putting it together. Yeah,
Like, what
should
the
be.
fuck?
I
You're
think
gonna
I
have my
will need
shopping
more.
room.
Hopefully, than like a screwdriver. You know what I mean?
Challenge.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Where's it from? IKEA.
No, it's from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, screwdriver, Allen wrench, you'd be good to go.
Yeah.
That's usually how they make those things.
Yeah. So I don't think it should be too
So,
bad.
elbow grease.
I don't have that syndrome where, we should have got a bigger TV or that, because then I would need a bigger TV stand
boat. Yeah.
and eventually a bigger apartment. So it's like, just stop. This is pretty
Yeah.
good. Right?
My vision's getting worse, so I need a bigger TV. That's how I'm justifying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of like what we
I
want
sit
to.
on
How
the
much
edge
is
of the bed
65
now,
inches
so it's
now?
my back.
Like a 65-inch TV.
Yeah.
I would get one next year.
My back can't take this horrible TV. So I think a friend of mine bought a 75 for like 600. Is that a good deal?
That's
Probably.
a really good deal.
Yeah, it's probably great. That's got to be huge, though.
70, like I've seen a 105-inch screen TV?
Yeah.
Right.
That's like insane. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck,
Might as well just
dude?
go to the theater.
Buy it. Yeah, you might as well get a projector.
Yeah.
Some of those look just as good as as long as you have the lighting right and everything. But
Yeah, but that seems expensive as well, right? I mean, because the only people that I know that have them are rich.
nah, they're getting better. I remember back in the day when they started coming up, they were insanely expensive. It was the bulb
Yeah.
that was the most expensive part. To replace the bulb back then, over 10 years ago, the bulb itself was a couple $1,000s.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It was crazy because I remember my buddy got a good deal on a projector, but then the bulb broke, and he was like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "This bulb costs 4 times than the actual
Wow.
unit than when I bought it."
Yeah,
Dude, a Samsung
But
TV?
now they're so cheap. You can get them so cheap now.
I'm good.
A Samsung 75-inch TV is...
So that's gonna be a little pricey.
Yeah, it's $1,200.
What model
Right.
though?
It's the Samsung Class Crystal UHD 4K series.
I think this dude was looking at it during the Prime,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Discount
Well, we got
day?
ours through.
like what we did.
Oh, the guy that talked to you. Yeah, that could be true. Yeah, because those. I mean, I'm sure those bigger TV. I mean, I didn't really. I had a 36-inch or something, which is a
Yeah.
weird size, and then I was just kind of like, well, I think 50 will be enough, and it is plenty of TV.
Dude, the first day I was getting a headache. Because when I come home, I kind of have a ritual where I bring a rocker out and I'm kind of close to the TV because the dog likes to get pet.
Oh, yeah.
So him and I have a session of petting,
Got to catch up with each other.
Yeah, butt rub and all that. He loves it. And I'm fairly close to the TV other than where I usually sit on the couch. And it was like, oh, fuck. I'm getting a headache.
It's so big.
Cricking your neck.
And I'm still I was trying to fuck around with the sound because if you go to the toolbar on the remote, you can adjust the sound. There's an equalizer. You can do a theater effect. You can do all kinds of different effects. And Julie's like, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. I don't want you to fuck up my TV. It's fine. I go, but there's not enough bass. She goes, we don't have a sound bar.
Yeah, we don't have a sound. What are you?
And I'm like, I just want to see, if there's a difference. I need a little bit more bass. And
More juice. I get it.
I fucked around with it a little bit.
TV exploded.
And I had to give it back to her because I didn't know how to
back yourself out of it.
Yeah, I didn't know. And she goes, "Well, Jason said you got to do it this way," and so she got it back. And then for a half a second there, the voice wasn't matching the lips. It was almost like watching a
There's a
Japanese
lag.
movie.
Yeah.
It was just like
Bad
a couple of
overdubs.
seconds out. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh fuck. She goes, now you did it. I'm like, let's just shut everything off. Shut it off. Let's wait 10 seconds and turn it back on. And then it fucking synced up.
Back to get. Oh, nice.
And I says, I'll never do that again. And then the next day I was like, you know what? I'm thinking about fucking around with that sound again. She goes, yeah, and then you're going to do another hit of pot. I'm like, two bad ideas, right? She's like, absolutely. I'll do
Bad
it.
ideas make a good idea.
So maybe.
Yeah, it's like that. See, the TV is just listen to it, man. It's not designed to be like.
Now get him a sound bar next Prime Day.
He's got to get one.
I checked out the manual on a computer, and because they don't give you a manual.
You don't get
anymore,
manuals
right?
anymore. Nope.
We can connect our TV to my
And
Bluetooth speaker too.
The standard setting, the standard setting that is on, it more enhances voice.
Yeah,
right?
it's basically like a limiter that goes on, and
That's
I
what
have
I'm-
one on my sound bar, and it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I remember when you said you bought. Did you get a woofer for it or something? You had speakers, but then
Oh,
you
that was
got
actually
a woofer.
my monitors for recording. I bought a sub for that, but I've had this
Right.
sound bar for I think 10 years now, and it's still going strong. Like, I love that thing. It sounds so good.
So I just wanted to hear the differences of the features that come with it. But then once I fucked up the sync, it's like,
over.
Put it down, man. Put it down, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And I'm like, maybe he can help me, and he's like, leave it alone. So
it's set.
Dead in the water, man.
Yeah, because I'm not fucking with that. It's like the TV sounds fine, you know?
Does
like,
it though?
yeah, it sounds way better than my last TV. That if you went over 25, it just wouldn't get any louder, and it would just rattle.
Are you
yeah,
sure?
It's like, oh, great.
Are you sure?
I never trust those. Like,
Well, we did put that TV in the bedroom, which is sick. So now there's like a TV in our bedroom that Sam's against, but I'm all about. So,
is she not like to sleep with the TV?
I guess she doesn't. She think I don't fucking. It's some. You know, I'm not even gonna say it. It's some shit I don't understand why, because it's not like I'm keeping it on while we're sleeping.
You turn it off before you go to bed?
Yeah, fuck yeah. If I'm even watching it, but it's just nice to have it in there, because what if someday I just want to lay in bed and play a video game? I could do it, you know? Like, that's all I
don't
want
have
it
a
for.
choice. That's just how I do it.
Well, I mean, that's the size of your apartment.
Yeah.
And we have our big TV in the living room, but, you know,
Fair
it'd be, would it be? Next up is a new bed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I need one.
I guess not. I thought you bought one.
No, I want a
That's
king
somebody
size, dude.
Fuck yeah. King size.
Yeah.
50 inch.
King size for the dog,
Yeah,
me,
the size
and
of
Sam.
your TV, man. Just use the old box
Yeah.
the TV came in.
TV box.
Right. I still have my box. You just put tape them both together. And,
There you go. Boom.
Got a 100-inch bed.
My dad's
Gone.
the guy that doesn't like to take the plastic peel off like the TV frame. He likes to keep it on. Is it still on? You still have the Energy Guide sticker on? Why don't you take that off?
I haven't had a chance to. I don't have time for anything, Bill.
Clearly you don't.
I was going to take it off because I thought it covered the screen.
It
I didn't
does.
want it to heat up and melt.
Oh,
But
yeah,
he says
yeah.
it just covered the frame.
The sticker
the
covers the
bezel.
screen, though.
Just like
Yeah, move
that
it,
much.
though.
Just that much.
I don't know. Why do you need that on there?
I'll get to it. Because I like seeing
it
that it only
fresh.
costs $24 annually to run the fucking thing. That's kind of
the energy saver.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of a nice
Best
thing.
Buy sticker,
to see.
yeah.
That's
That's cool to
big
have that
energy.
option, though, where you could actually go pick up the TV. Like, that was awesome. So
Most places do.
Yeah, well, Amazon having that option, you know? I thought that was cool.
That is a cool option.
I was so
Amazon
mad
doesn't have, like,
when it
physical
wasn't
stores.
in stock. And
Yeah.
I wasn't speaking. I was going to get out of the car and walk home.
Were you really?
Kill a homeless guy out of pure anger.
Why would you
I don't
walk
know,
to-
man. You could just,
Yeah, it's going
I
to be
just-
Michael Douglas from Falling Down,
just
dude.
It starts over.
I just wanted to be alone and in
Yeah.
my anguish and act like a little bitch. And then I texted him later, said, sorry, I was acting like a little bitch about the
Yeah.
TV.
I didn't care, you know?
And
It's
he's just like,
Probably
LOL.
understood.
yeah.
He said, LOL.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. You know, I went down and had a great night with Sam.
Oh, my
you know,
God.
with our
Right, I'm
new
like,
TV.
Got to watch
He's
your
in-
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
should have gave him your TV.
That's what I
and
told
you
Julie.
got the new one.
I says, he ought to give us that TV. They're enjoying their TV. I'm here getting fucked again.
Did you
in
really
the
say
ass.
that?
Yes,
Fuck you with the TV.
I did.
Wow, you're
Fuck you with the
And
cell
I
phone.
says, we were going to watch this. We were going to watch that.
Had a whole
and
night
now
planned.
I'm fucked again.
Is that, wait, what day was
And
that?
my-
Is that Father's
Monday.
Day? No,
And my wife's just
post-Father's
my wife's just looking at me.
Day. Right.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
You piece of- yeah.
She didn't have to say
I
that.
should
we got
give the
a TV
TV
right
to you. Fuck that. If you said that to me, dude, I would have left. I wouldn't even let you in our apartment. I would have been like, yeah, you could stay.
Well, I know
would've
I-
been
I-
like,
I-
You
know-
Jason.
no, fuck that.
No, see, I know I can get away with it with my wife, not him.
Fair enough.
So,
Yeah, she won't say anything. I'm always like, oh, no.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, because she's like, you're an idiot.
Guys should just
Well,
hung out
yeah,
at his
there's,
apartment.
there's that.
Yeah. Well, what did we watch? We watched Spirited Away that night. That was like our first movie.
They're downstairs enjoying it.
Having the
I'm
time of their
up
life.
here.
Yeah, and by the way, if I didn't buy that TV, he wouldn't even got. He
No.
wouldn't have had it.
Right.
So, and if they didn't, I was the one
Right.
who arranged everything for it.
Yep,
So it's like,
and-
yeah, go, okay. See if I help next time.
And hooked it up. I got home. Boom, it was on.
yeah, I
you go.
more
Let
so
me
just
fuck
wanted to
with
do
the
it for my
sound.
mom so she could enjoy
Right.
it. You know.
Which
first
is
I-
fair.
Fair
Yeah, you know.
Very, very fair.
But you just got to screw the feet in, which is a process, and then that's it.
When you got the sausage fingers, it's hard to get
Yeah,
in.
hard to
get
get
the
in
screws
those
in there.
tight
Yeah.
spots. I get it.
I got
It
them
ain't
too.
easy. But yeah, it was it's fairly easy. And then the
That was
Xfinity
it.
remote, all you do is just press a button and then that's it. You
All
just
I
gotta
had
go
to
the
do was
settings and
watch.
pair the remote.
All I had to do was watch him do it.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, make sure I get my screwdriver back.
You didn't watch me do it. You weren't home when I did it. You were
I
at
know,
work.
But when I was there when you did yours.
Anyway, yeah, it showed up, I think it was Wednesday. It was either Wednesday or Thursday.
It was Wednesday.
Yeah. And
Took them long enough.
yeah, God.
Thank God I went to work so I didn't have to fucking sit there and stare at the stupid ass
Scoop out even more.
32-incher.
Yeah.
Fucking 32.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where it's like all, good and like, you know what I mean? Like you have, like, I don't know, now he has the TV and it's fine and it rules and it's big
Until
and it's
next year.
huge.
Yeah, and now there's
gotta
something
get the
else I
bigger
want.
one.
It has nothing to do with a television. It's just so many
Well,
things.
50-inch, I
want.
feel, is like such a standard now, you know?
Oh, you just got a
Almost.
50, you girl?
Yeah. We went over to Jace's parents'
Sissy.
house and their TV,
Yeah.
we have a bigger TV than theirs, so I was just like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God. But
Yeah, but like I said, when the first night that we got it, I'm sitting close. I'm like, I don't feel so good. I'm getting a headache because I'm too close to this thing, I guess, maybe.
There's less motion blur and seeing everything too clear.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's in my face.
The
And
refresh
she's like,
rate's
why
too
don't you
crazy
sit
on
on the
this thing.
couch like you normally would? I go, but then I can't pet the dog.
yeah, oh well.
I can't pet the
Sacrifices.
frickin' dog.
Like a fucking dog. Jesus, Uncle June.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I am not a picnic, Bill.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. It seemed fine to me. You're
Yeah,
right.
well, you don't
Hey,
live
it's,
with me.
it's something over here.
You don't live with me.
Oh my God.
I got my own set of issues with my dad.
I gotta take a fucking piss.
Gotta pee.
Yeah. I drank this whole thing and most of this, and I still haven't peed yet.
It's a
You like
new,
this?
Hey,
Yeah, because I already dropped the other one.
What other one?
That pink one with the leopard print.
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, you did. I showed it off on the show. Yeah.
you broke it?
It's not broken. It's just
dented.
it doesn't like it stands
It's
flush.
got a ding.
Then this was on sale, and I was at Walmart. Yes, dude. Oh my God. So motherfucking cans of Baja Blast seasonal in the summer. Walmart's got them, and they have two new Baja Blast sub flavors.
What?
There's a tropical Baja Blast and then like a pineapple Baja Blast.
I am in.
I got the cans of the tropical.
Ooh,
I'm waiting
I
to
want
crack
that
one open when I
pineapple.
get home because
Yeah, where can I find
they're in
that?
they're chilling in the fridge right now. So
Chill it.
chilling in the fridge.
should have
Speaking
like a
of
really
the-
nice, like, what's up?
No, speaking of the restrooms here, I've never seen them. I mean, last weekend and this weekend, they're immaculate. There's no
What?
there's no arms or legs sticking out of
There's still
the.
flies flying around.
Well, there's flies, but you can't have everything. But
I mean,
it's like,
like
all
Taj
right,
Mahal,
I'm not
but-
really afraid to be
Yeah.
standing here right now.
Doesn't look like a murder scene.
No,
It's not like my shop.
right, it's fucking tires in the toilet.
And look at that. I just
Arms
got the
sticking out.
notification that my
Yeah.
order is ready for pickup at Target. Since my debit card is fucked, can I give you money if
Say
I
no.
pick up some pizzas or something like that? I'll just give you cash.
Check with your mother, and I'm fine.
Okay. Alrighty.
Wait,
I will
you
do
I
that.
have no
You
idea
have
about.
cash on you now.
No.
Oh,
I have money, but check with her.
Okay,
'cause
I will.
I'm not. I get
gotta
to
pee.
hold the money,
You're not
I will be
treasurer.
right
I
back,
get it.
fellas.
right? But I'm not in charge of distribution. We had Lou Malnati's last night, which is
Very jealous of you. I haven't had
everything's
that
of
in
a dent. And that was out of the blue. I mean,
It was just a spur of the moment.
well, I always leave it up to Julie,
Right.
and she's like, "What about Lou's? And we got a salad." I'm like, "Okay,
Salad.
the Lou salad with the pizzas."
Okay.
Right? So they have a house salad, which is tremendous. It's got chips, bacon chips and all this other shit.
Like a Cobb salad type situation.
Something like that, yeah. And they have a house dressing, which is you can only get from Lou's.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And,
in-house, like, made. Nice.
it's tasty. So we were so hungry for the pizza, we didn't even touch the salads, but there's enough leftovers to crack open.
Nice.
And me being stoned, right? And once I got out of the fog, 2.5 hours later, I did have pizza, but then I wanted more. So I'm glad I got a bigger pizza than Julie got.
Nice.
And because I like leftovers anyway, and it was like I'm glad I got the bigger pizza because it kind of
Good
quenched
choice.
my
Hell yeah.
appetite that I needed to come back to reality.
Help level you out a little bit.
I mean, oh my God, I just can't fucking hang anymore, man. I used to be the king. I was the king.
Time catches up with all of us.
My expenses, my expenses were like during the week, making sure I have enough CTA money to get to back and forth from work, and having a lid of marijuana every Friday. I would buy a lid, and back then a lid was like $25. And it didn't matter what kind of weed it was, as long as it was weed.
Right. I'm sure.
It didn't matter.
Have you been to a dispensary at all?
No.
No, not yet. I have not either, but I imagine it's like intense. Like,
I don't.
weird stuff.
Because I really don't get high anymore. And he'll go for himself and my wife.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And it helps her sleep. And she was pretty close and didn't really dig too deep into getting a prescription for it because she would have been eligible. But I don't know how far she took it. She mentioned it to one of the nurses who works for her primary doctor. But I don't think she took it any further than that. No. I mean, Dr. Jason hooks up.
You probably get a better deal on your weed,
a little bit of a better deal, I think, but...
On what?
We're talking about like having a medical card and not having a medical card. Like,
Oh yeah,
your mom checking it out, and I don't.
She should get one. You get better pricing, and there's way less taxes.
I just don't know how far she went with that. I
You
think
just got to set up an appointment to do it. She could probably do it with her doctor, even.
I think she talked to the doctor, but the doctor wasn't really stoked about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll talk to her
We're
about
fucking
it.
square.
You could still do it. There's so many ways.
Yeah.
I could technically do it because I'm on anti-anxiety meds.
Well, I mean, it's from my understanding, it's not terribly difficult to like get.
No,
it.
you usually just pay a fee for it. Like it's like a $200 fee or some shit like that, depending on what state you live in. It varies, but yeah, then it saves you like a fuckload of money in taxes, and like you get special pricing because like instead of going like how dispensaries work, there's recreational use and medical use. She would shop the medical use, and there's more products. There's higher potency in those products, and she'll get them for cheaper because it's like it's a medical thing. So I want to get a med card, dude.
She was happy the other day because they usually do a month run or twice a month and
re-up.
She got gummies. She got a couple of pens.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
A couple of joints.
Well, yeah, it's awesome because I'll go for my mom, and then she'll be like, "I'll get you something if you go for me." And I'm like, "All right."
She'll throw him a bone.
Yeah, so she'll give me a pack of pre-rolled joints from my mom. So sick.
My mom bought these for me, guys.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she did. She bought me this pack right here. So shout out Ma for the joints.
Yeah, I was like talking to my dad about it because my dad is interested in growing it, but you have to have a medical card to grow in Illinois. You can't just do it recreationally.
Does he want to smoke it?
I think so. I think he wants to try it.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
I've already given him like edibles and so as a buddy of mine, but he hasn't done it.
Oh.
He's like, I'm afraid to do it. I was like, it's fine.
Just have a cut it in half, man.
Yeah. The ones I gave him were so weak. I was like, yeah, just.
Oh, were they like 10 milligrams?
Not even 5.
Whoa. Wow.
I was like, go for it.
Yeah, just take one of them, man. See how you feel.
You'll probably feel it because you haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. Has he smoked before and shit? Did he used to do that back in the day?
Yeah.
He was a weed.
A little bit. He grew a little bit back.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's pretty funny because he went on vacation. When he came back, the plants were like gigantic.
That's awesome.
And his dad didn't know, but his older brother was like, "Dude, you gotta fucking take care of that."
Yeah.
All right.
Because you could smell them.
I'm sure. Yeah.
A buddy of mine was growing them, and he had a certain spot in his
You're
basement.
about to say who it was.
Yeah, and had the lights, had the grow lights and shit like that, right?
When was this?
And they were cool. When we lived on Neva.
Oh, so I was alive when he was doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah. And
what did you tell me?
I don't think you weren't even aware.
Yeah.
Man just likes to garden.
And as soon as him and I would go to the not him and I, but my buddy and I would go in this basement, I'm like, oh my God, it fucking smells so good.
It's awesome.
And he had a bungalow, right? He lived in a bungalow. And
where did they live?
In Chicago, like Alcott and Belmont.
Okay.
And the front stairs that led to the house, right underneath was this little cubby hole closet.
Stash spot.
That's where he would grow this stuff, because he had kids and he didn't want them to know what was going on. But you walk in, it was like a laboratory. That's awesome. The fucking lights and
Remember when
shit.
Dave did that for a little bit?
Like
Dave?
Well, that was his
that?
roommate.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't
Kern,
Dave.
never mind.
Yeah.
And these were big, and the pot was actually pretty good for free. Right.
Oh, you give you free weed?
Yeah.
Cool.
He had a neighbor who one time I saw they were growing a plant.
A weed plant?
And they had it outside, right? I don't think all year round, but they had it outside. And I scoped it and I looked at it and I didn't say anything to my buddy. And one morning at like 4 a.m, I drove over there and I stole it. It was in a 5-gallon bucket, right?
Wow.
And this fucking thing was like 5 feet tall. And
Wait a minute. Now I was alive?
I think so.
What?
And
what did you do with that?
I stole it, shoved it in the car. I barely made it in the car. I had it in the back seat. And I think I brought it to the house, kept it in the garage,
and got. It was a male the whole time.
It was horrible. It didn't do shit. And I'm like,
it was probably a male then. Yeah,
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, the females are the ones that you get the bloods from.
Had it in the garage, and I would clip a piece off here and there and let it dry out. And when I was desperate and I didn't have anything to smoke, and I don't really smoke cigarettes or anything like that, I would just, smoke that, and it was really nothing. But how fucking stupid I was. I says this morning I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna get up extra early. Nobody's gonna know that I'm leaving the house. Julie's gonna sleep through it. Jason's not gonna hear me. I'm gonna start the car. I'm gonna fucking go. I'm gonna get this fucking thing. And
what time was it?
It was like 4 a.m. And my buddy, he would get up early, and I'm like, if he catches me, that's it. I'm gonna be fucked. And
Mike Pacucci.
I didn't get caught.
Oh, whoops!
I didn't get caught, and I never told him about it. I never told him about it, and it was just something that I took to my grave. I think the only one I told was Julie.
Well, now our whole audience knows.
Yeah, but you name names.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's on you then, Jason.
I only know. It wasn't your buddy's plant. It was your buddy's neighbor's.
The
plant.
neighbor, yeah, Polish.
We don't even know who the fuck that is. So.
Polish.
Some Polish.
I'm
fella.
Polish, so I can say it.
I'm Polish too.
Are you?
Yeah. My dad. So the last name Faye is through adoption.
Okay.
That's not our.
Yeah. I said last week the name was spelled. Our name was spelled different. NYCZ. Yes. My grandfather changed to NITTS because of the
Island.
Yeah, something like that.
Change it. Yeah,
mispronunciation all the time, so he Americanized the thing.
Try to fit in, be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, ours was McPhee, I think, originally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then it was McFay and then Faye.
I think he was trying to dress up our name because they named my father Elmer. So his first name was Elmer, and let's help him out a little bit. And
let's help him out a little bit. I knew a lady whose name was Elmer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she was a antique dealer at the antique store.
No kidding.
I forgot. Everybody called her Jean because I believe that was her middle name.
Okay,
but her name was Elmer.
She was just like, she brought it up. She was like, yeah, she's like, my actual first name is Elmer. I was like,
whoa,
what?
Why?
It's so weird. I don't know. She like grew up in like the country, so like
Elmer.
We want a boy.
If it was with an A instead of an
Elmer?
E.
Elmer. No, it was E.
What up, Elmer?
A girl named Elmer.
Yeah, my dad was Elmer John Nitz. Like, John? That's a weird name.
It's very simplistic. Yeah, it's funny
right?
when you go from Elmer to John. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Elmer.
They were going to name me Elmer. My dad said no.
You were going to name me Elmer.
Don't do it.
Man, that would have been awesome.
But then,
no.
My friends in high school, they knew my dad's name. They would call me Elmer because they dug the name so much. You're like,
there's no way like that name is even around anymore. Like
probably nobody I know.
Elmer Fudd, dude.
Well, yeah,
nobody I know.
Elmer Fudd.
But instead of and I would never say, "Don't call me fucking Elmer, man." But it's my dad. I mean, so yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't care.
Well, shit, man. Do you want to shred?
Yeah, maybe.
You feeling it?
Not really, but I will.
No, it's okay. You don't have to.
I was expecting to play the whole Lamb Lies Down on Broadway 2-disc
album for 2 hours while we sit here and just watch
you do it.
Right.
He starts over like midway. Yeah, hold on, I did something right.
Do you know how to play all the songs?
But I probably, if I had the accompaniment
of music,
where I wanted him to have
my in-ears are at home.
In-ears here, and then I can just play along with it because it's hard for me to play without something to follow.
Fair enough. I get that. Sounds like they're on song number 2.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
No.
No.
Right.
I've never heard this band before.
No. Never.
I don't know.
Well, we've ever since we've been doing this, we haven't even had like another band jamming that we could even hear at least.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that band Spaniard jamming here recently.
Okay.
Do you have anything I can listen to in my ears through this phone?
I don't.
Right. So.
Sorry. That phone doesn't
TV
have a headphone
all
jack.
over again.
We need the adapter.
Well, it does, but you need the lightning.
You need the adapter because it doesn't have like an actual headphone jack, and I don't have the
And
adapter here.
is that an iPhone?
I don't know.
You gonna go jam?
I'm gonna see what's up.
All right. Well, let me grab some
Shred it.
earplugs.
Why? I'm not gonna play that loud.
We got okay.
All right. Your dad's gonna play us out.
Yeah.
All
All right. Are you gonna play us out? Yeah. We can wrap it up
Yeah,
here.
we can wrap it up.
All right. All right. Yeah. When you're done, you'll come back and we'll see if you got any plugs.
What do you mean?
Do you have any plug? Do you have anything to plug on the show?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All righty. Do you have anything?
Well, Roman Ring Show.
Yeah. We are
Yeah.
coming back. We're playing Empty Bottle with Hive and In the Company of Serpents. So if you want to be in the company of serpents and hear Hive, the crust band, not the deathcore band from here, different Hive, come out. Should be a good time.
Yep.
Yeah, there's tickets out now, so you can buy them. All the information is on our Facebook, so find it there. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you all there, and we'll be talking much more about it on here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
New songs, maybe new merch, even possibly.
The weird Google search image that Danny sent us.
I like that's from Jacob's Ladder.
Is that what that was
Yeah,
from? Okay,
it's sick.
that's fine.
Yeah, I
wonder
like
what
it.
he Googled to find that.
I don't know. Jacob's Ladder scene. What?
Yeah, but he didn't know what it was from.
fucked up guy- Oh, I thought he said he did know it was from.
No, I thought he said in the text. He's like, I don't know what it's from. He's like, I just Google searched it. All
right.
Danny doesn't think they are. Cool.
We're getting played out.
Hey, everybody, thank you so much for checking out this week's episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Feel free to drop us a like or a comment on whatever platform you listen or watch us on. Share us on whatever social media you use. Every little bit counts, so we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next week.